right, hello, and this is not the Draggor Show. Alkali is not here. I'm instead with Draggor and Pepper. Hey guys, what's up?
Hello! We're gonna make funny haha comments, talk about socialism, and watch two geriatrics go no you at each other.
No, you.
Comedy.
Comedy.
The comedy will happen.
That's right.
Whoa,
Hello, I'm
Xander,
Pepper.
you've got Twitch
What's going
and YouTube showing up on the screen.
I know, I'm fancy today.
That is fancy. I
Yeah,
like it.
I gave you guys little icons, I thought. Yeah, I got your little icons there. So it's fun.
It's.
It's nice.
I have to look at Twitch on my phone, or my computer will probably blow up.
Guys, let us know if there's any problems with the sound or anything, all that kind of stuff. I got the sound off for now for these assholes because I don't care.
Guys, this is good. Let's all kind of let's do a little roundtable discussion on something for audio levels.
Yeah,
Yay.
We're doing the presidential debate, and we should
The debate.
Yeah, and for
Hey, let's get right to it. Do you think any human is gonna have their vote changed by watching any of these debates?
Fuck.
Like literally any humans, even one of them. Do you think a single voter?
Some dude out there.
You think so?
Hypothetically,
I'm not even being like pedantic right now,
No.
except for people who are just kind of lying because they want to get on TV to get interviews. I'm an undecided vote. I think all undecided voters are really. It should just say liar under their name, where it's
Yeah.
like I'm
absolutely.
not sure.
Alkali says, Xander, you are very quiet.
Okay, I will turn
You're always
myself up
quiet.
then. I can I can lean back into the mic and stuff.
You have to like move the mic so close to your face that you like are trapped by it, and then you can't possibly get any farther away from the mic.
Hopefully this is better.
No one can see my couch, so I just look like I'm sitting weird.
Xander, in your OBS, your microphone is only coming through on the left channel.
What? Oh no.
You
What
have
the
to
fuck?
do the mono thing again, I think.
I thought we fixed this. Why is this in stereo? I could hook up the
It's
other
OBS.
mic and just do that.
Or do that.
OBS changed everything.
All
Yeah,
right,
dude, right-click, Advanced Audio Properties, Mono.
Fine.
Done.
Or what Pepper said.
Right-click,
fine.
Advanced Audio Properties, click the little mono box in front of the one that says mics. To find it easier, say stuff so the little green bar goes up and down.
Audio mixer, you
And
say?
that's the one. No. Advanced Audio Properties on OBS. You have to right-click where the audio levels are coming up and down. Anywhere in the audio box. They'll say Advanced Audio Properties, then a new window will come up with all your audios, and there'll be a line of click boxes that say mono. You just click the one next to your mics.
Now my
Or
whole
mic.
Now everything's different. God damn it. My audio levels are gone. I can't even see them. How is that?
Hide audio.
Yeah, hide audio. I hit the hide audio button. Good job. Fuck.
Is there a hide audio button? Now I gotta look.
How about, is there anywhere else to do the advanced audio? Or no?
You have
Oh,
no
there,
audio
I found it.
anywhere?
I found a different way to get the advanced audio properties.
Okay, click the help tab. Start typing AD.
No. I gotcha. All right.
That's how Mac works. On Macs, you can just click the help thing and
They're
then just
on
start typing in
Windows.
some shit, and it'll go through all the file and edit and view tools. Unless the thing you're looking for just doesn't exist.
The mic auxiliary, yes. Is that me?
Yeah, probably. When you talk, which one makes a green bar?
There is that went away when I did the other thing. I gotta somehow get that back.
Ba-da-doo-doo-doo-dat.
Let's try. Okay, how do I sound now? Is it same?
Hang
I don't know enough headphones. I can't really
Oh,
tell.
okay. Never mind.
All right,
well,
Xander,
yes.
say something.
I'm saying stuff.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, no controls. Fuck.
Oh.
No audio.
Interesting.
The audio panel.
You
went
got
away.
the other mic, or you did the setting?
What? I can
you
do.
have to hit transition to do it.
Where's transition? Oh, seeing transitions. Why is that?
Like if you change your audio device setting, I think you have to.
I can't even see my audio settings anymore when I clicked controls over here on the right side.
Go get the other mic.
Yeah, I can do that. Ah,
Our audio settings. Huh.
no,
None
I
of them
can't
let you go
see-
mono, though. You gotta go to
There's-
advanced audio properties.
I
or it
can't-
doesn't exist.
Fuck! I can't see anything now. How do I get back my audio bars?
Oh, fucking dude, you got to go to or is it Tools?
Tools.
Is it Tools? Where's the one that View? There it is. View.
Yeah, let's just use full screen interface. Right?
Multi-view, full
Nope.
screen, multi-view
That's not
windowed.
what I wanted.
Ooh.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it is called audio mixer. That's what you meant when you said audio mixer.
Huh.
That's that
Sophia
audio
says, I
mixer.
think Pepper should be on the far left.
That whole
Ha,
box.
I get you.
Thank you for placing
I got my
my
audio levels
appropriate
back.
area.
Okay. So we
having
come
audio
over
is-
there. Yeah. I'll change my audio right here. So right now, audio input is the focus right, and I'll turn to Yeti. All right, now I'm a Yeti. This is better.
You're fucking using you're using the podcast mic? I can't even call it the podcast mic. You're using the streamer mic?
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I should hook up my own. I have one too now.
I don't
whenever
know.
we have large groups.
For whatever reason, it wasn't in mono, so we'll figure it out. Do you hear the background, by the way? There's some bullshit. There's the heater. I gotta turn that off.
I don't hear
I
that.
personally hear nothing. But again, I'm not in the head.
All right, you guys talk about your politics.
I seriously do want to talk about whether you think any human will actually have their mind changed by any of these debates. Not like, do debates change? Not like the bar. I mean,
Okay,
this
So, all
big
right,
election.
given that premise and what we have seen already, it is possible, because it's already happened, that Cheeto says or does something that's contradictory to what he's supported, that is a one issue for one of his base that Biden isn't going to have a far-left opinion on.
So, what do you think Cheeto's gonna make headway on? Is that what you're saying?
No, like, if someone's vote is going to be changed, I don't think anyone's really going to go from Biden to Cheeto. I think it'll go from
Oh shit! Things are happening.
Cheeto to Biden.
Or no?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
this
the
is just-
president was making contradictory statements in the campaign.
Not
Like the
about in general
2016
contradictory statements, just to an individual. If the only thing a person cares about is gun rights, and Biden is somehow the better gun option, then there you go.
But like, just even on just that issue, when Trump in the mid 2000s, everything before 2016, he was pretty pro gun control because he was in New York and he was a Democrat, and then when he wanted to be president, he said, I like guns now. And when
See-
he does it, it's like, no, he likes guns.
You like
but if
Trump, you
any
have
other
to have
person does it,
questionable object permanence.
Here's
if
what
Biden 50 years ago said, like, misspoke and said, I think we should have fewer guns, that will never go away. Nothing. He could fuck a gun on TV, and that one statement will always matter to those people. I say
Here's-
those people, like, it's so fucked up.
Here's the
But, like,
here's the thing.
I'm trying to say is they don't actually care about consistency on issues. I think that's like a red herring.
I think what we should talk about is not necessarily swing. I think the swing voter. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this theory, or the basically is that, like, there are no swing voters. It's just there are left voters who decide to vote, and then there are right voters who decide to vote or not. And it's more
Yes.
so that. And so that said, it's more so, how does Joe lose people, or how does Trump lose people, as far as for what they're saying? You know, what makes their voters decide to not vote, I guess.
How do you affect turnout? Which I'm more inclined to believe also, because that's like what, when people talk about Russian election interference, that's what they were doing. Is they
Absolutely.
were more trying to get people to just stay home. It's not they're trying to change votes.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
trying to either encourage or discourage people from voting at all, and that seems to be the whole difference, like you say.
And Trump knows he's way behind in the polls, so he's going to do as much as he can to discredit this election in the debate. I see that happening a lot.
He's got to be very call to action-y, because excitement is going to be.
What do you
I think excitement is far more important than a lot of other factors.
Is he on the on this national stage going? Is one of his calls to action going to be, if he loses, then clearly it's tampering?
Yeah, but he's been saying that since 2016.
Yeah, no, he
He's
is
the
not
right doer.
outright. He has not outright said, "I will not accept the results."
For Hillary, he said, maybe I'll accept and we'll see how it goes. Like, I
Right,
think was
he
like
keeps saying we'll see. I'm saying tonight, does he stop saying we'll see,
blatantly, now he'll
Yeah.
never say anything that'll like be nothing you can ever pin someone down on. Like he'll never say
Nah.
a declarative. This is definitely. No, it'll always be. Well, maybe some people after who knows the results. We have a lot of results, a lot of numbers coming in. They said it might take weeks. I think that's how he's going to talk about it. Like he
Yeah.
always does. It might be a month before we find out. I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right to wait a month. Some people want to wait a month. I don't know. Other people like he's just going to go on
Okay.
until someone
Sorry,
cuts him
I
off.
have to interrupt. Some people on YouTube chat say Pepper is very loud. So Xander, you
I
might wanna
am
check
very
our
fucking loud.
Discord levels.
I can probably do that. Yes.
Everyone deal with it. I can turn down my own mic, but
No,
Discord
I can
also
turn you
accepts
down. Oh, you're like
That's
way
what-
loud.
Yeah.
That's
you're
right.
maxed on Discord. Bring him to 100 and see how it is.
Yep.
Pop,
I got everything
pop,
popped.
pop.
Now you talk, Dragger.
All right, I am talking. It's a thing.
Yay. Now we're all good. I think we're good.
Now
all right,
Pepper
guys.
say
check, checkity, check.
Checkity check. Checkaroo. All right. Well, yeah, I think hopefully that'll be better. You guys tell us how we're doing. All right.
I've successfully hosted Drag It. Oh yeah, Draggor, did you remember to host Drag It Show on your personal Twitch?
Oh shit.
You can do that. All it really technically does is if someone happens upon your channel right now, they will see us.
Oh, I missed something happen on.
That's really it.
Oh well. Thank you, whoever did the thing. I
I
missed the
hosted you.
alert. Oh, thank
Xander,
you.
right here. You can talk to me about it.
Thanks,
It was-
Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for hosting, man.
Thank me for hosting a thing I'm on.
Why does my chat go away? I can't. Like, where do you go to type /host?
Oh, you the chat. You go /
No,
host.
there is no chat. Where do I go to
The
get
little
it?
right, the little
manager.
thing on the right. There's a little
It does not exist.
arrow.
It slides off screen.
When you make a big screen, I thought there's an arrow. Oh,
Nope.
all
I
right.
see it, and then it slides off screen.
Just like Bernie did. No, I'm just trying. Kidding. I was trying to bring it back to politics.
Relate that back to politics.
I failed.
We can't find the chat, the voice, the opinions, the voice of the American people. We've lost it. It slid off screen. What?
Oh my god. Oh, there we go. Ah, now we have
Oh, here we go.
things. Now we have alerts. Hooray.
I
How
kept looking for
special.
where you stream the thing, and luckily everybody kind of just puts it on YouTube, but no one talks about how they're going to put it on YouTube. They're like, it'll be on CNN.com. I'm like, I bet you if I go to CNN.com, I will see a little embedded window that is YouTube. Oh yeah, people who are watching, the way that I personally recommend you view this, if you want to hear what the actual debaters are saying or what the news is saying, is to pull up a second window or on your phone of the actual debate, then
Yeah.
hit pause once we get going and like try to like vaguely line it up with us so you can have some control over what you're hearing.
Yeah, we'll have
Like
some
you-
audio of the feisty boys, but you know.
Oh yeah.
Grumpy
But if
old
you're gonna
men.
if you know you will be annoyed at us talking over people, it's gonna happen constantly.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just be ready for it.
All right.
Oh yeah, we're in fucking Cleveland.
So if we could make our own drinking rules, what are we going to drink for?
Oh God, like
Which of you said Biden says Jack or calls
Oh,
someone
Jack.
Jack when it's not their name?
Jack or listen, Jack, or if he says listen up, fat, I will come immediately. I won't even drink that, and I'll drink that. Like if he says listen up, fat,
Listen up, fatty.
which is a thing he said many. I don't know what. I think he's just like garbling his words a little bit. I don't know if he means to address someone as.
I will
Fat,
finish my
like-
drink if he says corn pop. I like
Speaking of
corn
drink,
pop.
You two talk about rules. I'm gonna go get mine ready to go.
All right, hey guys, let me know if Dragger sounds crackly for you. I don't know, you kind of sound crackly now. I can't figure out why.
Oh yeah, he has a couple little audio blips on my end, but I figured that was a my end thing only.
Yeah, me too. Balls. I hate Discord. We all have the same shit. Oh, whatever. Yeah, he did sound crackly. I don't know. Balls. Balls. Balls.
That would speak to Draggor's internet connection if it's hitting me and you.
True.
Which, Draggor's good internet.
He might be able to change his server or some shit. What else? Okay,
Change his server.
let's see. I predict. Yeah, on the Discord, you can say what server you're pointing at, right?
That's funny.
No, you
I
can.
mean, I've never had.
All right.
Like, I think things are going to be so freaking mumbly and just people yelling over each other the whole. Well, I don't even know if they're going to yell over each other because like they don't. Neither of them really. Biden doesn't like to interrupt because he never really has that much to say. And Trump is trying to say as little as possible because the more he does stuff, the worse his numbers get if he's listening to his handlers. So I have no idea what to predict for drinking rules.
I don't know. I saw Trump doing. I predicted him like physically assaulting Biden or like pushing him a little bit, just because like Joe wouldn't push back, kind of thing. Like, and his base would love it, right?
There is a very slight chance that we could have like Biden go over and try to fight the president because he's challenged people to push-up competition. Challenged an old dude to a push-up.
Yeah, absolutely.
You ever seen him talking to someone where they're kind of arguing and he just has like his hand kind of almost half casually just like on the other person's shit, like he's almost doing like a huge, but not just like a little. He just like
absolutely.
I want him to do that to the president. I want to go over. He's like, and he's just casually touch it because the president does not like to be touched. He's a big germaphobe. Make him really uncomfortable, and that'd be funny for me. But there is a very slight chance that you get a mild jostling between the two of them.
Yeah, absolutely. A ruckus. Are you kidding me? They would fucking love it. Trump's base would love it.
I don't think it would cost anyone any votes. I think no one's vote would change if those two had a little.
It would help out Trump. I swear to God. He's like, yeah, that's my president. He can do a double leg takedown. That's Joe Rogan likes that. Fuck.
It would not change my opinion on either of them. I'd be like, yep, that looks about right.
I tell you, man, people vote for stupid reasons.
They sure do.
They really do.
I think we put almost too much like impetus on individuals making bad decisions because that kind of suggests that we're all plain actors just making rational. We looked at all of the things and have made a choice. When it's more like we've been screamed at by one of three very specific propaganda arms, and as a result, that's how you end up. Like, if you only watch Fox News, I'm not shocked when people come out and they're like, wow, did you know that, like, did you know celebrities are drinking the blood of Jewish children? Like, if you hear that all day. And the same thing if you're on CNN. If you watch CNN all day, you probably think that everybody in Portland is a rioter super soldier who's going to destroy America, and that we need to get America under control by funding the police.
Absolutely.
Like, and that's CNN, who's supposed to be the super lefty. Like,
CNN, every once in a while, fucking Anderson Cooper has a catty one-liner or some shit. Like, and everyone like, yes, Anderson Cooper. Is like, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Cooper.
He stares at people just like, what? Like, he has a good like,
what? Huh? You're crazy, man.
Don Lemon. Don Lemon's doing all the jokes.
100%. Like, they thrive on conflict, so they just put a dumbass up to create the conflict. That's just what they do.
It's the dunking contest. That's what CNN is.
They do that on purpose. They hire their dumbasses. I used to see it. It's terrible. Anyway.
Okay, really quick. I got some messages saying my audio is
crackly.
Crap. So I'm talking like right now, and then I'm gonna shut up and chat. You tell me how I sound.
Both of us are getting very mild. It sounds like a shoddy internet connection, but you're pretty good. I'm assuming you have pretty good internet.
I was gonna say to kind of change your server on the Discord side, maybe. Oh.
If it says I'm crackly, I'm just gonna restart. Discord is usual.
Yeah, it should be okay. Yeah, it's just come out and see what happens. Yep. Now that Draggor's gone. No. We're going to talk shit about him.
That Draggor guy weirds me out. I don't know how you let him out on the show.
Now you are both Draggor and Pepper. Or actually, now it looks like you're Draggor. So now you have to be Draggor. Shave your head. Oh, I think he's coming back. Hold on.
Oh, shave my head. You said shave your head, and I'm like, shake my head.
Shave your head. Let's see, do I have to accept him in or here it comes.
Nope, I'm back.
Yay! Right, you sound better.
How do I sound?
100% better. Thank you.
He's like a vampire. You have to invite him in.
You sound wonderful. Yes.
I sound wonderful. Yay!
You do.
Me too.
I'm gonna call that second puberty.
I'm trying to think what else. What are we expecting? Okay, for those who are not familiar with debates, a lot of people don't pay attention to politics. Traditionally, debates don't matter. It's really exciting when you watch them, but they don't swing the votes. At least
they did like in the Obama race. Like Obama had a couple really good debates, and everyone was
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit,
Yeah.
this guy can speak."
Well, all right. What did he actually do in the debates that's different from things around it? The main thing that they had was extreme organization, good grassroots outreach, and they targeted young people.
Yeah.
So it's not that he was necessarily converting anyone. He was getting people that didn't do shit to actually do something.
He's an exciting candidate.
Yes.
Yeah. But Obama's kind of a different thing. I mean, kinda. Yeah.
Well, do you remember what he was promising? Like when I was in college,
He's
and
a
I'm like,
good
holy
talker,
shit, Obama
man.
said he's going to reduce or like make my college loans free. He was talking about getting everybody free health. They weren't saying like universal health care back then, but it was like, we're going to make health care so it's essentially like you can afford it.
Yeah.
Before
I get you.
him and Obamacare, and this was my life growing up, pre-existing conditions were a thing. If I wasn't, if I didn't have the lucky upbringing that I did, my asthma meds and ER trips would have severely hurt my family's finances.
Yep.
Because insurance didn't cover a dime.
Yeah, same. They tried to kick me off insurance a couple times before the pre-existing condition came up when my heart stuff started up. So those finally stopped. They finally stopped coming after me for that, where the insurance was really trying to come after. Like, we're investigating whether or not we're going to let you go. It's fucking crazy. And so that was a thing.
Hey, everyone remember, medical debt, they can't like repossess your house or car or really anything.
Mm-hmm.
If it's medical debt, they can just yell at you a lot.
I know that now.
It's mostly for everyone listening. Never consolidate your medical debt, because as soon as it isn't on the hospital, they can do whatever they want. But as long as it's just the initial person, like the initial debt, hospital or doctor or insurance or whatever the fuck, just don't pay. If you can't pay your medical bills, just don't fucking pay them. As opposed to your rent bill or car bill or other shit where they'll come and take your stuff or make you homeless. Medical debt, fuck it, just don't pay them. I see people who are like, I need this life-saving surgery. I'm like, just go get it and then don't pay. Like, just tell everyone involved, yeah, I'm totally gonna pay, bill me, here's my billing address, and then just throw that shit out when it comes. Like, you're gonna get 20 phone calls a day, but just start blocking numbers, and you
do have to, like, that does hit credit. So if that's something you have to be concerned about, yes. But if it's if I get this life-saving surgery, I can't buy a house. But if I don't get it, I'm dead. Gee.
Well, you just gotta like
like
get
a metaphor for
somebody.
this election.
You get a partner that has good credit or stable credit and no big medical issues, and then you just kind of live like you pay them, fence your money through.
Gotta go get that shit. Just get your partner that has that shit.
I mean, I have a lot more like risk, and there's because like I'm self-employed and all this other nonsense could happen. So I don't want me and Moore's credit to be entangled. Or if I either like mess up or just tank and have a crappy year, if I go freaking bankrupt, I don't want to drag more down with me.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Isn't that fun that you have to just like make romantic decisions based partially on like, okay, what's your credit score? Okay, you have to put your name on the mortgage.
We are living a Black Mirror episode.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been a while. I mean, you read the shit that literal Marx was putting out, and it sounds like he's describing current America, and then you remember that shit was 150 years ago, and how much technically better it was 150. Like,
okay,
this capitalism shit.
Xander, for whatever reason, we can see your mouse cursor moving around.
Yeah, I gotta stop that.
Something changed in OBS. Don't worry about it. It's just going to be a thing, so be aware of it tonight.
Oh,
it only happens when you go over the YouTube window.
Woo woo. Yeah, I gotcha.
And,
I was trying to fix the subtitles so that we can.
This is exactly why Star Trek style positive speculative fiction is so important. Because for the negative speculative fiction, all it takes is one psychopath to go, yeah, I could do that.
It's true.
Most of it is just based on shit already happening.
like network. Hey, if we commoditize and entertainmentize the news, we'll get more eyeballs and money. That movie was meant to be a warning, not a fucking plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you had goddamn fucking Eisenhower, a literal general, was like, "Hey, if we don't look out, America might end up in a series of like endless proxy wars, where that are kind of driven by profit." He coined the term military-industrial complex. He's
Yeah.
like, profit-focused people could come in and fuck up the whole world by doing all these wars. Anyway, see ya. And then the exact thing happened that he's talking about.
And now that all that happens now is Joe Rogan talks about, hey, you ever hear him talk about the military-industrial complex? And then it doesn't even come up in the fucking debates. I'll be damned if I hear Joe Biden goes, and we're gonna take down the military-industrial complex. I'm like, what the fuck, Joe?
Look, man, if that happened, I'd be like, time to start campaigning for Joe Biden.
Xander, I don't know if you saw, but Headfoxen subscribed
Oh, thank you.
to your Draggor channel. They've been showing up in the Doom stuff, so yeah.
Oh, thank you
and
so
hello.
much. Sorry, I missed you. I'm still trying to maximize my screen so I can see you guys so good. If you know how it go.
Yeah.
How can I pop out the screen, or like I'm gonna get rid of all that shit? Oh, never mind. I'm just blind.
Oh, I got your chat up now. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm not a
never
dummy.
mind. I'm just blind. Yeah, let's talk about politics, because that's what we're here for. Alrighty.
I think what Draggor was talking about, how when we look back at what the last even close, because Obama's not like a super left candidate, but you know, he was as close as we've gotten for a long ass time, and what things made him like an effective candidate, and the fact that we instantly all started talking about healthcare, it just reminds me how like universal single payer healthcare, call it whatever you want, Medicare for all, whatever plan you like, is just sitting there. 60% of Republicans, 80-90% of Democrats are for it, and Biden could just take it. He could just go, you know what, I'm gonna do this, or fuck it, I'm just gonna promise it. He doesn't even have. He just say, I'm gonna try. Obama said he was gonna do free college. He didn't get it done, but it got him fucking elected. I'm begging my representatives, or my hopeful representatives, to lie to me so I can feel better about telling other people to vote for them. Because I struggle to find Biden policies that I can like advertise with. Does anyone have an example of a Biden policy I can be waving around at people?
I don't know his platform off the top of my head, but
Doesn't really
I
have
keep
one.
on hearing it. Oh, sure, I'm sure it's up on his website.
Well, there is like the Democratic Party platform,
Mm-hmm.
but in terms of like, here's the specific thing I'm gonna do. He's not running on that. He's running on, I will remember what it felt like in 2014. That's me. Vote for me to be 2014.
Yeah,
That's his
it's weird.
platform.
Yeah, it's basically you don't want more of this.
He's trying to appeal to people who don't like politics, because people who don't like politics are now forced to look at him all the time now, and they hate it.
I really do think a lot of the COVID vote is going to be a part of it, and I think that's what.
So yeah, like what will Biden do? In theory, Biden is going to put back the CDC and those protections.
Right.
So good. What is Biden going to do? Not as much as we want, but is going to commit to climate change initiatives. So again, not as much as I want,
Maybe
but
he could commit to a type of New Deal.
gosh, right?
Yeah.
Benny in YouTube chat, Biden will not kill the gays. That's kind
True.
of a big
Very
deal.
true. Yes, he will not.
They all start with not. Biden will not. It's like, cool.
You know
can't
what?
really- I
That's
can't
good
walk
enough
around
for
and
me
go,
right
"Hi."
now.
Hey,
Here's all
Biden
the
got
things
that
you
weird
want.
ball rolling. He's the one who did the interview and said, "I'm for the gays." Do you remember that? That's how it all started.
I'm for the gay.
No, but seriously, look at. I remember he's like, "Yeah, I like the gays" in an interview, and then someone
great.
asked
I like
Obama about it later, and like, we're going for this because Joe said stuff. That's how I remember it happening anyway.
I believe the possibility that he kind of jumped out.
He did.
With like, gays were good, and then Obama's like, shit, well, I guess we got it now.
I think that's how it went. That's how I remembered it anyway. Yeah.
I wouldn't have a hard time believing that.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter. I mean, what we do know is that they've scaled back LGBT rights a lot in Trump's decade while waving a flag, and a lot for trans rights and whatnot, and especially in the military, serving in the military, and getting treatment and all that kind of stuff. And I would like to see that scaled back for one. So it's like it's a lot of let's undo the damage that a lot of people don't pay attention to in the headlines, which sucks. You know, there's a lot of undoing of, hey, you can dump your toxic shit over here that they, oh shit, are we getting there?
We're thinking about it. Oh, there's Melania. We had to get a shot of her.
Okay.
She's wearing a mask. You're a traitor.
Guys,
Take
what
her
do you
out.
what do you think?
Hit the
Should
button.
I flip that horizontal or nah? Or keep it?
Flip horizontal?
Oh, so they can read
Oh,
it.
just flip the axis? Do you have the I'm not looking at your actual stream. I'm just listening to you. Let me pull your thing up. If you got the corners covered and you're doing a color filter, you probably don't have to flip it. It seems to be an either thing.
All right. I'm going to risk it.
Alkali says Biden will expand the Supreme Court, and I don't know if that'll actually fly. Because that would require an amendment. Now, in theory, if that blue wave happens, it will go.
If there's a blue wave, we can actually hold some people, some criminals, for the crimes that they've already been charged for, and are waiting for the fucking. All right,
New York is going after
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Cheeto, whether now or in 4 more years, assuming full fascism doesn't happen.
True, very true.
Yeah, all the court cases are like kind of neat just because they annoy the guy, but at the same time, it's just gonna be like a fine and goodbye. Like that's all that's gonna happen. We can
My
yeah.
example is
court cases. He's not going to jail, and even if he does go to jail, it'll be like house arrest. He's gonna get house arrest in one of his various mansions. The idea that he will like receive punitive justice in a way that is satisfying to anyone, I think is a fairy tale.
I am showing my American ignorance. There's actually nothing setting the size of the Supreme Court. It's just
No,
convention.
simple act of Congress. We've done it before. It was
should
not
fucking
at
do it
9.
then.
The
There you
Constitution
go.
does not say 9. You can do whatever you want.
Yep. All
We could
bets
have
are off
fucking
after.
20 Supreme Court justices if we wanted. We control Congress. I say
I
we
did
meaning
see
the
an article
Democrats.
that suggested like a fine number is 27 is like the good way to do it.
Fucking Sweden has literally hundreds. Their Supreme Court is like 300 people.
One thing
like
I
a-
wish
it's
we
like
would
its own
stop
Congress.
pretending. Can we stop pretending that the Republicans are ever going to hold their word? Like, we won't put in a judge. It's like, I can't believe they actually did it. It's like, of course, they only respect power. They don't care about lying.
So, like, I think that's a thing that requires media participation, but I continue to do it grassroots. And essentially, it's the only way that will change is if that party almost dies or does die, and the people supporting it continue to die off. Because it's a rejection of facts and reality. You're not playing the same game. So the only way to win is to just outnumber them and make it not a problem. That is the only way it will ever change. And even then, it'll appear to change, but it won't when they get in power again. So, like, if you don't have a legal mechanism to deal with that, because our two-party system has basically been a social agreement for the good of the country, for varying definitions of good of the country,
Yeah.
asterisk, asterisk, and me.
I'd say for the good of the political ruling class, but yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Those
interested.
two work together to make sure nothing changes.
I'm interested to see if the courts, and not just Supreme Court, but also like the shit tons of judges, if something gets done about that, because otherwise, abortion rights are going to go out the fucking window, among other things. Oh, fucking healthcare, like pre-existing condition and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I actually have more hope for our healthcare not getting peeled back more in substantial ways, because look at how long have they been trying to get rid of like Social Security and Medicare? Like the Republicans don't like that; they want to cut that. Well, we also have tape of Joe Biden saying he wants to cut it too, but that was the '80s. Who cares anymore? People, once they get something that works well and they can see, wow, my grandma doesn't die when she gets sick because she can go to the hospital and just get essentially free-ish, even though you got to buy Medicare Part C, D, E, F, and G on top of it, quasi-free healthcare. So it's harder to pull that away from people once they have it. I think the pre-existing condition, like the ads here in Arizona that are pro-Republican, talk about saving the pre-existing condition thing, which I know makes no logical sense, but that's still what they're campaigning on. So they recognize it as important too, is I guess what I'm saying.
Okay.
Abortion, that's gonna be out the window. Like they're going for that. That one they're definitely going for. But that also speaks to if we got if you get the tiniest bit of if we got Medicare for all, like, well, the Republicans are just gonna get rid of it, just like the ACA. I'm like, watch it. I want to see it. I want to see the Republicans actually dismantle a single payer healthcare system where everyone has already experienced what it's like to have it, and then try to take it away. Like, you think there's protests in the street now? I think that'd be a great wedge issue to prove, look, we can try and do things, and if we do good things, it is good, and the government should do good things. Look at this good thing we did. Let's do more good things. Now, in my naive head.
I hear you. I feel you.
Everybody loves the shit out of the very tiny amount of free, like, not free, like rights we have and protections, the good stuff. People like the good stuff.
My lighting makes this even weirder.
Yeah.
It's like dark.
Oh shit, we're going.
A lot of people have been waiting for this night, so let's get going.
Oh, we start with Supreme Court. We're just going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that bitch in there.
I view the Supreme Court as a distraction from COVID because we all know the Republicans are doing it. Why are we talking about it?
They're gonna fuck shit up. That's why. Kavanaugh's been a disaster. Have you seen how he's ruled? He's terrible.
Kavanaugh has had more nice decisions than anyone would probably expect. Like when he voted to and argued to add federal protections for LGBTQ people, which is a good thing that happened.
I saw enough that were the opposite of that, so I'm just saying.
He's not a good guy. I'm not saying like, oh, good justice, we should keep him on there.
Oh,
but
yeah.
he has not gone like 100%. Like Trump has already complained about him a lot.
Sure.
2 minutes.
Well, but he'll complain. No one is safe from him complaining about them.
Consequences.
We won. We won. Suck my dick. We won.
Nominee, respected by all. top academic.
Top.
I think I'm too sober for this. I'm already angry.
Hey, you know, you do need to drink some shit.
Are very liberal people.
All right. While dipshit is talking, what are y'all drinking? I got scotch.
Coke Zero and rum.
I have Cheetos vodka in one hand, a shot glass over here, and some Monster Energy. Because I want all my drinks to be on purpose. I don't want to be sipping some shit and become drunk. I want to feel every shot I take. Chat, you have to convince me to take them though. Like we don't have any hard fast drinking rules, but I can be persuaded.
Top.
I could also be persuaded by tips to the Draggor Show Twitch channel. If you guys throw bits in there, I may be.
Hopefully, I'll be able to
suddenly
see them. I'm doing my best.
The only difference is they try and do it faster. There's no way they would give it up.
You got tequila? I forgot that you're allowed to have tequila anywhere you are, Alkali. That's like a license they gave you in Illinois.
That would happen.
Tequila license.
Tequila license.
So we won the
Someone asked me what kind
Albert,
it
take
is
a
called.
shot. I'm like, that's all I need. Continue, Draggor. Sorry.
Just talking about scotch. Who gives a shit? Pete Chimney.
Thank you for doing
You know,
this.
we're only descending into fascism. What you drinking?
The American
Look at my
people
background.
Obviously,
have a right
comrade.
to have a say in who the Supreme Court nominee is, and that say
It's a
occurs
smoky one.
when
It's
they
a
vote
non-age
for a United
statement
States
blend.
senators,
That's
and when they vote
all right for the
for
price.
the
I
President
wouldn't
of the
buy it
United
again.
They're not going to get that chance now because we're in the middle of an election already. The election has already started.
I want to actually.
Wow, look at
Thousands
Biden
of
pivot
people
away
have
from
already
talking
voted.
about
And so
something he
the thing
can't
that
do
should
anything
happen
about.
is we should
Hey,
wait.
there you go.
We should wait and see what the outcome of this election is.
Hey, we're talking
That's the
about
only
the
way American people get
ballots
to
already.
express their view is by who they elect as president and who they
He's
elect
talking
as
about
vice president.
ACA and
No,
removing it. So
what's
he's
at
like
stake
going
here is
right
the
for
president's
the,
made it
hey,
clear
you old
he
fuck,
wants to get rid
you don't
of
have to
Affordable
like
Care
me, but I'll keep your
Run down
insurance.
that,
Guess who votes?
and he's been
My
governing
follow-up
that.
question
Old
is, Biden,
people.
if
He's
you
in the
feel that way
Supreme
about
Court right
healthcare,
now trying to
why
get
can't
rid
we
of,
expand that?
the Affordable Care Act.
Pepper, we're at level 1 here. There is no room for level 2.
From
Yeah.
having insurance, health
Oh,
insurance.
thank you, Erner.
now, if they,
It's just a
it goes
bummer
into
where
effect.
one half of
And-
the political
the
conversation is
justice,
getting
and I have
just all the
nothing-
shit they
I'm not
want,
opposed to
and then the people who are
justice,
supposed
she
to
seems like a very
represent
fine
the quote
person.
other half
But she's
have
written,
no
unfortunately,
willingness at all
which is her
to
right,
do what is required
she
to actually
thinks
make
that
change
the
because they don't want
Affordable Care Act
change
is not
because they're
constitutional.
currently powerful and
The other
rich.
thing is
Why would they
Supreme
want
Court, and if-
change?
if it struck
True.
down, what happens?
Why would they destroy the
Women's
system
rights
that
are
gave them all this money and
fundamentally changed.
influence?
Once again, A woman could be held.
I do want to yes and him on healthcare. I want to yes and him on fucking everything.
Yes,
Look,
and
I'm the one who has to fucking vote for him and hate it, so I'm also supposed to be able to push him left and not get bitched at the whole time. Democrat. I'm arguing with like non-existent the Democratic Party in my own room, I guess.
I'm right there with you, Pepper. Like the day it turned, you're like, oh, Bernie's not gonna get it. Fuck, I guess it's Biden.
Are you guys ready for if Biden loses to be blamed for his loss? Because
I don't
already
care.
getting it.
I don't care.
I'm already getting it. It was my fault Hillary lost too.
It's just that's what you get for being a leftist, man.
I guarantee you, before this election happens, I am probably going to call out the CFO of my company with the back half of that statement is spoils the bunch. Because several times this dude has said it's a few bad apples. And I'm like, you're missing the important back half, and that's how I will lose my job.
It's a good way to lose your job.
And the 100 million people, Joe. The 100 million
Joe.
Actually, really good for the company and what he does. But when he spoke on that, I'm like, oh.
Is that you're going to
I saw blue.
180 million people with their private health care that they're very
That's
happy
simply
with.
not true.
Well, you're certainly going
Hey, he's talking about increasing
Hey, how many lives do we have already? I don't even want to know.
Open discussion.
Are we talking about deaths right now? COVID deaths?
Someone was saying how like Joe shouldn't focus on like checking lies so much because there's way too fucking
What I
many.
proposed is that we expand Obamacare and we increase it. We do not wipe any. And one of the big debates we had with
He's just going to say socialist as many times as he can in one sentence. That's the strategy, and it works. It completely works on people.
People have private insurance still. They can. They do. They will.
You know who I want to vote for president? I want to vote for the Biden that exists in Republican
wants
ads.
to go socialist.
The one who's
Right?
a pinko commie, the one who's going to kill all landlords.
Doesn't make any sense.
The platform of the Democratic Party is what I, in fact, approve
Just
of.
trying to scare up the
I
vote.
approved of. Now, here's the deal. The
Scare
deal
up the
is that
vote. That's
Scare up
say
the
that.
vote.
His slogan. Scare up the vote.
Scare up the vote.
The 200 million,
October, here comes the
200,000
GOP.
people that have died on his watch.
Here comes Antifa. Scare up the vote.
And so have survived. Well, there's 7 million people
What they're
that
fucking
contracted
doing.
COVID. What does it mean for them going forward if he strikes
Biden's
down
doing a good
the
job of
Affordable
ignoring
Care Act?
dipshit.
You've had 308,000.
Joe's not dumb.
Cut his mic. Oh my God,
Providing
I'll do a
proper
shot if they
healthcare
cut
in the military,
dipshit's
so
mic.
don't tell me
I'm
about
happy
this.
to talk about
And if
this.
you were here, it
here's
wouldn't be
the deal.
200.
Joe's
it would be
talking over him.
200
I'm loving
because
this
you were very
shit.
late on the draw.
We've
You
already
didn't
done
want
it.
me
We've
to
already
vote
said
for
all
China,
the things that
which
need to
was
be said in the whole
heavily
debate.
affected. You didn't want me to ban.
Hey,
All right,
don't you want to take away people's health care? You're responsible for
President,
205,000 so far American deaths because you just suck so bad. End of debate.
Oh no, he looked at him. Ah, he won. He caught eye contact.
But go ahead. Let me finish. The point is that
Yeah, let me
the
finish.
president also
There we go.
is
Donald, would you be
opposed to
quiet for
Roe
a
v.
minute?
Wade. That's on the ballot as well in the court. And so that's also at stake right now. And so the
Oh,
He said
Biden,
it.
Biden.
We've got a lot to unpack
Why is it
here.
on the ballot?
Even the older
Oh.
generations are picking up the young lingo.
It's on the ballot in the
I
court.
don't think so.
In the court. Well,
I don't think so.
There.
Donald, would you
And you
just
don't
be quiet
know
for a minute?
her view on
Ah.
Roe v. Wade. You
I
don't know
don't
her
know.
view.
Here-
All right,
I don't think so.
We got a lot to unpack here, gentlemen. We got a lot of time.
Yeah.
On health care.
I'm being treated unfairly. Yeah.
All right.
Mr. President, the
What a
Supreme Court
baby.
ruled
Holy
here
shit, he
Tell you
looks
what, Biden
bad.
has really
a
good
week
teeth.
after the election in which the Trump administration,
recent
along with
change.
18 state
Fucking
attorneys
amazing.
general, are
Am I
seeking
crazy or
to
is like
overturn
Trump looks shook?
Obamacare, to end Obamacare. You have spent the last
Oh, he's looked just like vaguely worried for the last like
No,
2
he looks
years.
no, like he looks really worried right now.
The last 4 years, you have
But
I
promised
think they told him
repeal
to
and
be
replace
serious.
Obamacare, but you have never in these 4 years come up with a plan.
What? Let me ask my question. Well, I'll ask
Replace
Joe.
Obamacare.
Of course I have.
Well, I'll give you an
Wow, I
opportunity.
can't believe it, but it's like two guys jibber jabbering over each other. Who could have predicted this? Because the pepper drink have any part of the question.
Sir,
Chris,
you're
that was the
debating him,
worst
not
part of
me.
Obama.
Let me ask my
Well,
question.
I'll ask Joe.
I
The
no,
individual
I-
mandate was
Here
the most
comes the shit
unpopular
fest. Here it comes.
aspect of
I was gonna have a
Obama.
garbage fire behind me. God damn it.
President, I'm the moderator of this debate.
Hey guys,
and
if
I
you
would
want to
like
have
you
a little
let
fun,
me ask my
pull up
question,
another
and then you
tab,
can
just
answer.
npr.com.org.
In
Sorry,
the course of these
they're
4
doing
years,
a live
you've never
fact
come up
check
with a
if you want to see it.
comprehensive plan to
Snopes is
man.
doing one too, I think.
The two ultimate debate bros, Biden and Trump.
You
Ultimate
signed
debate, bro.
a largely
He said
symbolic
malarkey.
executive
Holy
order
fucking shit! He said malarkey.
Oh, we missed malarkey? Oh, I'll take a drink for that.
5 days before this debate. So my question,
Cheers
sir,
to
is what is the
malarkey.
Trump
Hey, do you
healthcare
think at
plan?
least one person has
Well, I guess
named
I'm
their
debating
kid
you and
malarkey
him,
for
but
this?
That's okay. I'm not
I,
surprised. Let me
okay,
just
I'll tell you this: if Joe
something.
Biden does universal
There's
health care, I'll
nothing
name my kid
symbolic.
fucking
I'm
malarkey.
cutting drug prices and going with favored nations, which no president.
Oh, he's cutting drug prices, you fucking liar. I pay $300 for my bullshit heart medication, you piece of shit.
During your 47-year period in government.
Until I ran out and I just stopped taking
Nobody's
it.
done it. So we're
Because I couldn't get a goddamn
all of the
appointment.
things that we've done,
He has not cut
insulin.
health
I give you
Fucking
an example,
assholes.
Insulin. It was destroying families, destroying people because I'm getting it for so cheap. It's like water. You
I
wanna
kind of
know
like
the
that
truth.
Chris is
So
being
cheap.
It's
like
like
a sassy
water.
president.
Drugs that
The
really
pills
help
run like
drug
water.
prices. We're going to allow our governors now to go to other countries to
Here we
buy
go.
drugs because
When in
they
fact-
pay just a
Oh.
tiny
As I
fraction.
say, this
of
is
what we
open
do.
discussion.
No,
Let
but
me
this
ask
is
you-
Oh, Trump saw that bit with Chappelle getting drugs from Canada and said, let's make that our
One of your
platform.
points to ask the vice president.
Solario,
He
I
points
did
out
hear that California is
you
going
would
to start
like to
making
add
generic
a
drugs, and I
public
love that.
option
California
to
wants to start
Obamacare, and
partnering
the
with companies to make
argument
like
that he makes, and that the
insulin and
Republicans
EpiPens,
make,
like shit that just is getting
that
price
is going
gouged
to
out the
end
ass.
private insurance.
And it's going to take multiple years to get there, but I'm like, hey, that's actually something
Yeah.
that will materially help someone.
Says, by the way.
It will end private
California
Hey,
is
you
basically
know how-
becoming its own country.
takeover of healthcare.
It does not. It's
Yeah.
only for those people who are so poor they qualify for Medicaid.
Yeah,
They
like
can
me.
get that free
Way.
in most states.
Oh my Nobody
God,
takes it.
Put up the invisible barrier.
Poor
Put up the hand.
Medicaid. Anyone who qualifies for Medicare would, excuse me, Medicaid
It's
would
Biden up here trying to
automatically
defend
be
himself
enrolled in the
against
public
good
option.
ideas.
The vast majority of the American people would still not be in that option. Number one.
Joe, you
Number
agreed
two.
with Bernie
Number-
Sanders'
I-
far
I-
left.
Oh my
Right now-
God.
Damn, dude, Trump was absolutely correct in that
Manifest you
statement.
socialized medicine.
Look, hey, I'm
you
not
saying
going
you
to
didn't
listen to
agree?
him. The fact of the matter is,
I
beat
fact-checked
Bernie
it.
Sanders.
He's right.
He
is really lucky.
I'm
Not by
here
much.
standing facing you, buddy.
Pocahontas would have left
Well,
2
I
days
tell
early.
you,
You would have lost every primary.
All he knows how to
on
do
Super
is hurt.
Tuesday. You got
Look,
very lucky.
here's the deal. I got very lucky. I'm going to get very lucky tonight as well. And tonight,
Mr.
Joe-
President,
Joe's treating him like a child. I love it.
Xander.
Joe is
Trump
treating
is
him like a little
He's seen
bitch.
so far.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to say
I'm
that,
not
but it
here to
really
call
is
out his
true.
lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just
agreed.
wanna
People
make sure-
love this.
I wanna
Cut
make
his
sure-
fucking
Last
mic.
in your class.
No, CNN is getting so much ratings off this. Are you shitting me?
Can you let him finish, sir?
I don't give a shit. Fuck their ratings. Give me the head of CNN and like put him in stockades, and I'm gonna throw rotten vegetables at him. Fuck them.
Let him
Profit motive-driven news.
Sander.
If we had a state-funded media, we could.
Bernie Sander the Blue.
You just
I saw
lost the
Sander
left.
on the thing.
You agreed with Bernie Sanders on a plan.
Oh, how could, oh, you agreed with a leftist.
Idea
Ooh.
what this clown's
Socialized, they
doing.
call it.
He agreed with Bernie. Dun dun dun.
Medicine.
Mr.
Well, I
President.
tell you what, he is not for any help for people needing health care because he in fact already has cost 10 million people their health care that they had from their employers because of his recession.
True.
It's
Number one.
Biden
Number
looking
two,
away
there
from
are
Trump, who is
20
just
million
staring at the
people
side of
getting
Biden's
healthcare through
face.
I love
Biden
it.
now
I love
that
it.
he wants
I
to
really
take
do.
away.
Maybe it's just
He
me.
won't
Very
take it
weird.
away.
I'm waiting for
Nikki and I say
Biden
that's
to
what he wants
basically
do.
say, are you
Take
going to run a
it away.
debate
I
here
wanna
or
give
not?
him
If he
better
can't
healthcare.
shut up, cut his
Lower
mic.
price
And
because
by the way, he
Obamacare
doesn't
is
know
no
how
I want
to
Biden
fix
to
it.
say
He's
it.
been
And I would be
60
kinda
years
down with
never
it,
all
'cause it'd be
tried to
funny.
do it. He has never done a single thing.
Come on, Biden, if you
I
want to be
want
a big
Biden
boy,
to say,
be a
am I
big
the
boy.
only adult in the room?
I want to see Biden if you like.
Let the
I
president
don't think this would change
Obamacare
anyone's vote. If Biden
is
walked
gonna
over
be-
and
we
just
made it
yanked
better.
his
That
mic
had a
off the
choice to make
fucking
very
podium
early
and
on.
threw it
We
on the
took
ground,
away
that
the
would change
individual
0 votes,
mandate.
and it'd be
We
the greatest
guaranteed
gift of all
pre-existing
time.
I
conditions.
want
They took away
Biden
the
to go
individual
over there,
mandate.
backhand him, and
This is
say,
the way it
you're a
is.
disappointment
And
to your
that's
father.
That
Oh my
dictionary
God.
code, Obamacare.
Vice
That
versa. If the
insurance
president went over and
let
just started like
people
fuck,
run
like
it really well,
fucking with Biden, just
or
like
badly.
whoa,
Badly, they'll probably blame him, but
no
they'll blame me,
votes
but
would
more importantly,
change,
I wanna
and
help
it'd be
people,
great.
okay?
Alkali just said a
You
coworker
want
has said it'd be
And I'm just
unconstitutional
agreeing with
cut
them.
his
They said
mic.
The problem is no matter how well
I hate this. Okay, Tell your coworker he's a fucking
tell
moron.
your coworker that if you could, you would sew his mouth shut and his butthole too.
Tell him he's a fucking fascist.
But I have to give you
Oh,
roughly
man.
equal time. Please.
Xander's response is better than mine.
No, it's
He
true.
has no plan.
You can't cut the president's mic. We suck his dick. Everyone sucks his dick. Have you seen Coming to America? That was based on him. That's why we should treat him.
Lower drug costs for anybody.
President Flips does backflips, and he has both staff fights with his friend.
Like almost
All right, sorry.
everything else he talks about. He does not have a plan. He doesn't have a plan. And the fact is,
Yeah, no
this
shit.
man doesn't know what he's
You gotta
talking
end the
about.
filibuster, and you gotta pack the court.
No, I like this.
Mr. Vice President.
It's a distraction
If
from
Senate
the COVID
Republicans-
shit, is what it
We're
is.
talking originally about the
Which-
Supreme
what is
Court
the
here.
distraction?
If Senate Republicans go ahead and confirm Justice Barrett, there has been talk about ending the
No,
filibuster.
like,
and
the Supreme
packing
Court pick
adding
does
to the
matter.
9 justices there. You call this a distraction by the president, but in fact, it wasn't brought up by the president.
Wow.
It was brought up by some of your Democratic colleagues.
Not gonna
in my
answer
Senate
that.
Congress.
Get
So my
out to
question you is,
vote.
you have refused in
Okay,
past to
the
talk
drinking
about it.
rule,
Are
which
you
I've just
willing to
realized is
tell
every
the
time
American people
Biden
tonight
looks
whether or
directly
not
at the
you will
camera and
support
says,
either ending the
"Vote."
filibuster
That's the drink.
or
That's the drinking
packing
game.
the court?
Whatever position
Okay.
you're taking,
He
that'll
stared.
become the
Look at him.
issue.
He's
The issue
directly
Oh, he
is
at the
just said,
camera.
people
"Shut up,
should
man."
speak. You should go out.
Love it.
He didn't say. Did he say shut up, man?
I love it.
And let your
Yes.
senators know how strongly you feel.
He started complaining. This is so unprofessional. Oh my God, I love this.
Good. Yes. Treat him like a petulant boy, which is how he behaves.
The question is, Justice, radical left.
Sure do.
Will you shut up, man? Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
Biden can't look too smug though, because that pisses people off. Which I think is.
Care anymore.
Does he come back as? Wait, you think he's? I don't know. I'm not reading smug. I love it.
Productive segment, wasn't it?
Oh, actually, no, because he's a man, so it's fine. I forgot. We're not doing Hillary anymore. Hillary's not allowed.
That's how that works.
You fuckers have me defending Hillary Clinton over here.
Ah.
You're weird.
It's an awfully
Right?
serious subject, so
Dude, in the moment, I loved Basket of Deplorables, but holy shit, that shouldn't have happened.
It did backfire.
I don't think that I don't think anybody pissed off by Basket of Deplorables was gonna ever vote for her in the first place. Like, I don't think it really matters.
I
I think
think
she's a weak candidate who also suffered on behalf of a lot of America being very sexist. Mostly the weak candidate part, though.
I would say the sexism is a much bigger part than the weak candidate. We've been voting for weak candidates longer than we've been alive.
We're now on the question: when do we get back to normal? By the way.
We just talked about how excitement is what does it. Obama won because people were excited. People were all talking about how everybody hates Hillary and Trump, and that was the line. Nobody was excited to go be Hillary. Well, some people were, but not like they were for Obama.
Good luck. 200,000 dead.
Good one,
As you
Joe.
said, over 7 million infected in the United States. We, in fact, have 5%,
Yeah.
4% of the world's population, 20% of the deaths.
I like that he keeps repeating that he has no plan. That's
There's no point. He doesn't have a
4% of the
fucking plan.
population, 20% of the deaths.
No, but what are the Republicans good at? Sound bites, right?
When he was presented with
Yes.
that number, he said,
What is a great Democratic sound bite? He has no plan.
Put on your fucking
That's
mask.
why it is.
Oh.
The president has no plan. He hasn't laid out anything. He
I was
knew
talking with
all the way
a
back
very
in
lefty friend of
February
mine
how
today who
serious
was
this
post-oral
crisis was.
surgery
He knew
and
it was a deadly disease.
was
What did he
bemoaning
do?
how much
He's
defund
on
the
tape. He's
police
acknowledging
is
he
not
knew it. He
like
said he didn't tell us or give people a warning.
that's
of
hard
it
to
because
rally
he didn't want to
behind
panic the
if you're
American
the
people.
people you're trying to
You
get
don't
to rally
panic.
behind
He
it
panicked. In
haven't
addition to that,
don't
what
have
did
that
he
kind
do?
of negative
He went in
experience.
and we were insisting that the
True.
Like the
Chinese- that
sentence you
people we
open
had
with
on the ground in
to
China should
begin
be able
that
to go to Wuhan
conversation
and determine for
is
themselves how
polarizing,
dangerous this was.
if
He
not
did not even
confusing.
ask Xi to do that. He told
Because a
us
lot
what
of people
great
who don't
job
have
Xi was
immediate
doing.
fuck the
He said
police,
we owe him a debt of
when they hear defund the
gratitude for
police,
being
their
so
gut reaction
transparent
isn't
with us.
even like
And
anger.
what
It's
did he
like,
do then?
what?
He
What are you
then
talking
did
about? You're
nothing.
crazy.
He waited and waited and waited. He still doesn't have a
Yeah,
plan.
I think that it's very
I laid
easy and
out
possible to
exactly
message that in an effective
exactly
way
what
that
we
makes
should
people
be
understand
doing.
that it's not like,
And I
let's
laid
leave
out again
absolutely
in
everything
July
exactly the
what
same
we
and
should
just
be doing.
remove the
We
police
should
and
be
do
providing all
do
the
nothing else. Just
protective
take
gear.
the
We
that's
should be
people here,
providing
and
the
that's
money
not
the
what it
House
is
has
at all.
passed in order
I
to
think
be
it's
able to
it's
go
very
out
easy
and
to
get
message
people
that,
the help they
and
need
the
to keep
Democratic
their
Party
businesses
could
open. Open schools that
like
cost a lot of money.
get behind
You
the
just
head
get
and
out
maybe
of
make
your
some kind of
bunker
push. But
and get
no,
out of the
they like
sand
their
trap
police
and get
unions.
into
Some of the
your
politicians like them. Like they have Kamala Harris has a very good relationship with the police of California. That's how she was an effective prosecutor. So like, no, it's more establishment shit where they don't actually want to defund the police. That's why they don't talk about it, or they talk about how it hurts us.
True.
Everybody got behind Medicare for all within 4 years of one old Jewish guy talking about it. It's possible. We can do it. Everyone called him an insane person in the early 2000s.
You don't know how many people died in India. They don't exactly give you a straight count, just so you understand.
He's talking about himself.
He's taking the count down. He's saying, "Oh, we're doing a great job," and they're lying about the count. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Biden's laughing because the alternative is go to jail.
You wouldn't have closed it for another 2 months.
I want to hear this response. I'm finding myself giving a shit. I want to hear his response.
I love how he pretends that closing China matters. Closing off. Oh, thank you, Secret Chef.
Oh, he said it's China's fault already?
He said that earlier. He talked about Wuhan.
In fact, people that would not be necessarily on my side said that. President Trump did a phenomenal job. We did. We got the gowns. We got the masks. We made the ventilators. You wouldn't have made
so dumb.
ventilators.
Thank you, Valsor.
He's not looking at him. He's not acknowledging him. He's just shaking his head.
Is Biden even a senator right now? Isn't he just like a nothing?
Far fewer people are dying. We've done
Correct.
a great job. The only thing I
They're
haven't
saying
done a
they
good
give
job,
Biden
and
good
that's
press.
because of
Biden
fake
isn't in
news.
charge
No
of
matter what you say
anything
to
right
me,
now.
they give you bad press on it. It's just fake news. They give you good press. They give me bad
What's
press.
Biden running, his
Because
own
that's the way it is,
household?
Unfortunately. But let me just tell you something. I don't care. I've gotten used to it. But I'll tell you,
Oh,
Joe,
it's
you
so
could
dumb.
never have done the job that we did. You don't have it in your blood. You could have never done
You
that.
don't have it in your
How
blood.
to do the job.
What the
I know
fuck
how to
does
get the
that
job
mean?
Well, you didn't do
done.
very well in swine flu.
Yeah.
H1N1. You were a disaster. Your own
I think we did pretty good.
14,000 people died, not 200,000. There was no
very-
economic recession.
Sir, you made a
Far
There was
less
no
lethal
recession.
disease.
You made a point. Let him answer.
And there was we didn't shut down the economy.
We didn't lie to the people in February when we first heard about it.
The reason it's shut down is because, look, you folks at home, how many of you got up this morning and had an empty chair at the kitchen table because someone died of COVID?
Hey.
How many of you were in a situation where you lost your mom or dad and you couldn't even speak to them? You had
Vote for them.
the phone up so you could, in fact, say goodbye.
You would have lost far
How
more
many
people. Far
That is-
more people.
How? How would you lose more people?
His own CDC
How?
director
How do
said
you lose more
if we lose
people?
as
It's
many as
hysterical.
another 200,000 people between now and the end of the year. And he held up
He
and
is
said,
he
if we
is
just wear a
anthropomorphic
mask, we
verbal
can save
diarrhea.
half
It's
those
hysterical.
numbers. Just a
If you
mask.
think
By the
about
way,
it,
in terms of
how would you lose more
notion of a
people?
vaccine, we're for a vaccine, but I don't trust him at all, nor do you. I know you don't. What we trust is a scientist.
Nah,
We trust
QQH, I'm very
Fauci.
sorry.
Johnson, Pfizer.
And
Okay,
by the way,
gentlemen,
Yeah.
and
gentlemen,
then-
let me move on to questions about the future because you both have touched on two of the questions.
What we have done said, oh guys, put on your masks, social distance. That's gonna lose more people? Because that's what the fucking Democrats were saying. Because we believe in science.
Like, I try really hard to never be to avoid sensationalism, but people keep talking The president was talking about a miracle cure. You know what the miracle cure actually is? Is a fucking piece of paper over your face, a piece of fabric. Rip up a shirt and wipe it around your. There you go. That's the miracle cure.
Yeah.
To take a headband and put it over your schnoz, and you're fine.
And they cut off sending 5 fucking masks to everyone.
Would rather make it political than
Yeah, the government could have just mailed every citizen, or
They were going to. They cut it.
Didn't
Didn't you hear about that?
Yep.
Yeah, it was an idea.
No, it actually was happening. They cut it. Like, that was actually a thing that happened.
Become very political because the left.
Was that part of the CARES Act or a separate thing?
USPS tried to do a thing, yeah.
I disagree with him.
Sorry.
No, I disagree.
And they were
with
gonna-
You just stick one in every mailbox as you go through. A pack of 5. Stick a 5-pack every mailbox. Korea did that
They
shit.
tried and they got
Japan
denied.
Singapore did that shit.
They tried. They were denied the right to do that. They denied the funding.
It could also be
I don't.
after that.
It doesn't surprise me.
Well,
All
we're going to
right.
deliver it right away. We have the military all set up logistically. They're all set up. We have our military that delivers
Huh?
soldiers, and they can do 200,000 a day. They're going
Like
to
a
be
miracle.
delivering to the-
Miracle.
It's all set
He
up.
can't say
by
any
Easter,
word
this
normal.
would be gone
Miracle.
away. by the warm weather, it'd be gone. Miraculous, like a miracle.
That was said sarcastically.
Maybe you could inject some bleach in your arm, and that would take care of it. This is the same man.
That was said sarcastically, you know that.
It's just a prank, bro. It's a prank.
Sarcastically, oh, the bleach. People actually did die from injecting bleach.
Every serious
Oh, well, there was a guy in Arizona who took the hydroxychloroquine, but not quite, because it was like a fish tank cleaner version. It was hydroxychloroquine. It was like off by a couple letters.
Oh, no.
To get it out, if we get the vaccine, and pray God we will. Pray God we will.
Mr. Vice President, I want to pick up
You'll have the vaccine sooner
I want to
than
pick
that.
up on this question.
Sooner if I get reelected, I'll make him do it better.
But they can't
'Cause
trust
I'm the
President
president.
Trump. In fact, you said that again tonight. Your running mate, Senator Harris, goes further, saying that public health experts, quote, will be muzzled, will be suppressed, given the fact that polls already
Muzzled.
show that people are concerned about the vaccine and are reluctant to take it. Are you and your running mate, Senator Harris, contributing to that fear?
Fuck you, questioner, for going with that, you piece of shit.
He puts pressure and disagrees with his own scientists.
But you're saying
Everybody
you
knows.
Senator Harris
I'm
is saying
embarrassed
you
that
can't
that
trust
just
us.
happened.
It's Chris Wallace. What do you
they're trying
expect?
They're trying to conflagate how Trump is fucking with the CDC as the same thing as, like, don't trust scientists?
Yeah.
But there's millions of
Absolutely.
scientists, thousands of scientists
Yes.
out there, like here at this great hospital, that don't work for him. Their job doesn't depend on him. That's not. They're the people. And by the way,
spoke to the scientists that are in charge.
By the way,
More was
I
coming
didn't
down
have
from
strong
Trump.
opinions about Chris Wallace before this, if that's that moderator's name, but whoever the moderator is can go fuck himself.
Hey, Foxen, thanks for the story about the USPS thingy.
He still hasn't even acknowledged that he knew this was happening, knew how dangerous it was going to be back in February.
He panicked,
and
or he
he
just-
didn't even tell you. He's on record as saying it. He panicked, or he.
That's a
just
good
looked at
line,
the
unless he
stock
gets a
market.
lot
One of the
smarter, a
two.
lot
Because
faster.
guess
I love
what?
that line.
A lot of people died.
A lot of
And
people
a
will
lot more
die.
are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
Oh, a lot more people are gonna
Use the
die.
word smart.
He's gonna talk about college
You said
shit?
you went to Delaware
Mr.
State, but
I
you
can't go to
forgot
war, I gotta
Delaware
play
College.
football?
You didn't go to
Because
Delaware
everything's a
State. You
competition
graduated
for him.
Oh my
Cannot
God, you went to
stand-
Delaware State. This is so funny.
Don't ever use that
This
word.
is so hilarious.
Because you know
Dude,
what?
you
There's
stop
nothing
people from
smart about
getting
you,
your
Jeff. 47
transcripts.
years you've done nothing.
Let's have this debate.
And if you
We'll
would have
see.
had, let me just tell you something, Joe.
No,
If you would have
Yep,
had
Dr. Q.
the
Yep.
charge of what I was put through, I had to close the greatest
I
economy
agree,
in
Dr.
the
Q.
history of our country. And by the way, now it's being built again.
see,
and it's
we're
We're going
going
to get
up
to the
fast.
economy in the next segment, sir.
Okay.
It's being built again. Too bad we tore the fuck down when we had a pandemic. Hey, did you guys know that George Bush built up the pandemic response because he was scared shitless of pandemics? And he told Obama, hey guys, Obama, take this over. Obama's like, I'll do it. And he fucking did it. And that's on George W. Bush's recommendation. That's a fact.
I did not know that.
That is true.
And I hate Bush, but like,
But he saw what pandemics can do.
The plan is
Can you believe
to
that?
provide these businesses the ability
Doesn't-
to have the money to
Wow.
be able to reopen with the PPE.
I think the person who
as well
got the
as
most
with
out of the Trump
sanitation
presidency
they need. You have to
individually
provide
is
them
W.
that
Bush, because
security.
he's like, holy shit, no one, people love me now.
He's
Like, I'm
he's
like a-
terrible. He's a war criminal and killed
Forgot about all my
thousands.
war crimes.
Yeah.
Plan.
This
He
guy's
won't
so
even
bad.
remember them.
They forgot about Abu
Republicans
Ghraib.
won't
They
say
just
that.
don't even
He
remember
sits-
that
he
shit
sits
anymore.
in his golf course, and well, I mean, literally, think about it.
You probably play
think
more than
about
I
it.
do, Joe.
What about this question of reopenings and the fact?
Well, he wants to shut down this country, and I want to keep it open. And we did a
get-
great
he
job.
gets-
Why are we shutting up
Wait
to
a minute,
listen
let me
to
shut you
Orange?
down for a second,
Good point.
just for one-
Oh, Bush was terrible. W killed more than his daddy, that's for sure. Damn.
Yes.
Take that. Take that, Dad.
who has the higher kill count, Reagan or Bush 2?
Very, very vulnerable.
That's hard.
We learned a lot. Young children.
Reagan?
Even younger people.
Oh,
aren't.
Reagan
Bush
in the
too,
AIDS
I think,
response.
by
But he
far,
wants to
because
shut it
his
down.
count's still
More
going.
people will be hurt.
Bush too has new numbers
If you
every
look at
day.
Pennsylvania, if you look at certain states that have been shut down, they have Democrat governors all. One of the reasons they're shut down is
Yeah,
because they
AIDS,
want
that's all I was
to
thinking
shut
about,
down
Dr.
until
Q.
after the election.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like Reagan and
Because it's a
I would like
AIDS.
to respond to
But
that.
those states are not doing well that are shut down right now.
When you think,
What are shut down?
oh, I can't listen to him. Oh, I'm gonna punch my monitor.
What did he say?
I have a mask right here. I'll put it on, and when I think I need it, like this is the asshole that stared at the eclipse.
Do it. Oh, he didn't do it. Like Biden's laughing. He wouldn't do it. He brought it out and didn't put it on.
Mask right here. I put a mask on, when I think I need it.
He didn't want the photo.
As an example, everybody's
Bank robberies.
social distancing. and all
I
the
love
things that you have
masks.
to, but I wear
People are
masks when
saying
need
I don't
it.
like
When
masks.
needed, I wear masks.
Okay, let me ask.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a
Okay,
mask. He could be
this is
speaking
just me talking. I doubt this
from it. He
matters
says
at
it
all,
with the
but
biggest mask
Trump
I've
looks
ever
really
seen.
weak this
I will
fucking
say
debate.
Vice President Biden,
He looks
go ahead,
really
sir.
His
worried.
supporters are gonna say Biden didn't answer a single attack.
Oh, sure, I know. I just,
We
yeah.
provided money.
It
The
probably
Congress
doesn't
actually
matter at
cares
all.
about masks.
Absolutely.
Well, masks make a big
There's
difference.
no
The
live
former
audience.
head of
That
CDC
is
said
true.
if we
to
just wore
Biden's
masks
advantage.
between
Yeah.
now, if everybody wore masks in social distance between now
Yeah, I'm
and
not sure,
then,
yeah.
we'd
Live
probably
audiences
save
never
live
come back
audience?
to
1,000
debates.
lives. It
I think
matters.
the live
And
audience would be
also
half
the
and half,
opposite.
so you would get an
And
equal
no
cheer, boo. It'd become a
serious
whole
person said
thing,
the opposite.
like where
No,
the Biden people were like,
Fauci-
"Oh, fuck them."
Dr. Fauci said
They
that
just
he
The
did
cheer
difference
loud.
is in the
Oh,
aftermath.
we're talking
using the
about
clip.
mask usage. I love this.
Then he changed his mind. He said mask good. I'm
wanna
okay
add-
with masks.
I
I'm
wanna
not
ask you
fighting
both-
masks.
Then he changed his mind. He's saying mask good.
Your different approaches has
Oh,
even affected the way that you
what a
have
fucking
campaigned.
toddler.
President Trump,
What a
you're holding
fucking
large
child.
rallies with crowds packed together,
Oh.
thousands of people.
Outside.
Outside, yes, sir. Agreed.
Outside.
Vice President Biden, you are holding much smaller events with
Because nobody will show up.
people with.
Well, it's true. Nobody shows up to his rallies.
All right. In any case, why you holding the big rallies? Why you not? You goes first, sir.
Because people want to hear what I have to say.
They like to die. They like to die for me. I'm not going to stop them.
25, 35,000
We have another
people
hour
show
of
up
this?
At airports. We use airports.
Are you not
hangars,
worried
and
about
we-
I like coughing. It's hot.
Well, so far we have had no
like
problem
coughing.
whatsoever. It's outside. That's a big
I
difference.
love
according
the
to
feeling of the mist of
experts.
saliva hitting my
We do them
face after
outside.
someone
we have
sneezes.
Tremendous crowds, as you see. I mean, and literally.
Let me tell you,
24
I was
hours
really
notice.
annoyed.
And Joe does the circles and has 3 people someplace.
You know those
By the way,
misters
did
they
you-
have,
did you
the
see
misters
one
around
of
the
the last
outsides of
rallies
restaurants
he
you can
had?
sit outside in the
And
summer and be
reporter came
comfortable.
up to him
I
and
have
asked
those,
him a
but it's
question.
people
He said, "No, no,
coughing
no,
with COVID. At every entrance, people, they're cool with it.
I didn't really like Herman Cain. He was kind of annoying. I'm okay with that.
That's what he said.
That's why I
can't-
sent the
I'm gonna be
COVID to
okay.
kill him.
He's
Yeah.
not worried about you. He's not worried about the people out there breathing in one another.
We've had no
Cheek
negative
to
effect.
jowl. No negative effect.
We've had no negative effect, and we've had 35, 40,000
All right, do you
people
wanna-
at these
No
rallies.
negative
We're gonna
effect.
finish up because I want to move on to our next.
Yes, I would. He's been totally irresponsible the way in which he has
Yes,
handled
it's
the-
recovering, and there are more bodies to go with it. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Pretty sure they actually did. They did trace back a shit ton of cases to Tulsa, by the way.
fuck yeah.
You would have done the
Yeah,
same
this
thing,
is
but you
hysterical.
can't- nobody
It's
cares.
so bad.
Nobody cares.
Gentlemen,
And it was only a third full, and they had to cancel all their other shit because nobody
is,
showed
I think
up.
it's fair to say
Yeah.
recovering faster than expected
Not nobody,
from the
but
shutdown.
Much
This-
faster.
In the second quarter,
12,000
the unemployment
versus
rate
1
fell to
million people.
8.4% last month. The Federal Reserve says the hit to growth, which is going to be there, is not going to be nearly
The
as big
China
as they
plague,
had
fuck you.
expected. President Trump, you say we are in a
gotta-
V-shaped recovery.
How the fuck do you
Vice
call a
President
disease
Biden,
where
you say it's
America has
of a
more of it per
T-shape.
capita than anywhere?
What
The
difference
China
does
plague.
that
Because they made it in a lab,
The American
apparently.
The American buddy, I'm
Fucking
sorry.
QAnon, go die.
So we built the greatest economy in history. We
I'm
closed
gonna
it
get
down
hit on.
because of the China plague. When the plague came in, we closed it down, which was very hard psychologically.
I'm
to do.
sorry,
He didn't
y'all.
think we should
I did
close
not
it down, and
expect
he
to
was wrong.
genuinely be this
And
vitriolic.
2 million people
No, it's
would be
okay.
dead now instead of still 250,000
And you were not prepared.
people is too much. One
I was
person
not
is too much.
prepared.
So they
Usually,
never
I
happened from
wasn't
China.
ready for
But what
tits.
happened is
I guess they
we
are both
closed it down,
boobs.
and now we're
So,
reopening.
again,
We're
I was
doing
not ready
record
for tits.
business. We had 10.4
Not
million
ready for
people in a
tits.
4-month period that we've put back into the workforce. That's a record the likes of
We
which
talk about
nobody's
race-
ever seen before. And he wants to close down the. He will shut it down
Okay,
again.
they said,
He will destroy
quack, quack
this country.
says drink
You know, a
again,
lot
I
of
believe
people
her. So
between
we're doing
Yeah,
it.
drugs
absolutely.
And alcohol and depression. When you start shutting it down,
I was
you
gonna
take a
say,
look
like,
at
can we
what's
talk
happening in
about
some of your
racism
Democrat-run
yet?
states
We're
where-
Like,
talking
have we
about
gotten
why
there
it's
yet?
bad to shut it
I'm
down.
telling you, it's because they don't want.
I don't like how
Not the
socialism
fuck-
and socialism sound kind of
We're
similar.
gonna open up on November 9th. Why November 9th? Because it's after the election. They think they're hurting us
What the
by keeping.
fuck?
He doesn't know what it's like
They're
to be in
hurting people.
prison.
People know what to do.
I hope he gets
They
to
can
know what
social
it's like.
distance,
He
they can
never
wash their
will,
hands,
because
they
he'll
can wear
only
masks,
suffer
they can do
monetary
whatever they want.
damages
But they
and
gotta open
possibly
the
house
states up.
arrest.
When you look at
Wait,
I
is
want
he
him to
actually
be alive
saying
long
he going?
enough
and these
to
governors are
watch
under
us
siege.
scrub his name from
Pennsylvania,
public record.
Michigan, and a couple of others. You gotta
Did he
open
say
your
he's
Like,
states
going
that's
to
the only
open
thing he
back up the
cares
country?
about.
You're talking about almost.
If
it's
he
like
knows
going
he's
to
dying
prison.
forgotten,
And you look at what's going on with divorce.
it's the only
look at
real
what's going
wound
on
you could
with
do.
Alcoholism and drugs. It's a very,
And that's
very sad
assuming
thing.
he puts
And he'll
stock
close down
in
the whole country.
vengeance,
This guy will
which
close down the whole country
I'm not
and
without it.
destroy our country. Our country
proud
is
of
coming
it,
back incredibly
but-
well, setting records as it
See, here
does
we
it.
go. Here's
We
the
don't
scare,
need
scare,
somebody to
scare.
come in and say,
Scare up
"Let's
the
shut it
vote.
down."
Scare up the
Your
vote.
2 minutes,
Joe's
sir.
gonna
Now,
kill the
you-
country.
As
Joe's
I
making
said,
Bernie
posing the
arguments, and I kinda
question,
like
the
it.
president says it's a V-shaped recovery. You say it's a K-shaped recovery. What's the
Scranton.
The difference is millionaires and billionaires like him in the middle of the COVID crisis have done very well. Another
There we
Hey, there we go.
another $300
Yeah.
billion because of his profligate tax.
Hey, did
Yeah,
I
I get
miss?
my time back. Fuck
Ah,
yeah.
here we go.
And he only focused on the market. But you folks at home, you folks living in Scranton and Claymont and all
Scranton.
the small towns and working
Just like
class
The
towns in
Office.
America, how well are you doing?
That's where I got my tattoo.
Paid a total of $700
How are you doing?
in taxes.
I lost it.
Is to- Yeah, I understand. You've agreed to the 2 minutes, so please let him have it.
Hey,
Time back?
what's up?
The fact is that he has, in fact, worked on this in a way that he's going to be the first president of the United States to leave office having fewer jobs in his administration than when he became president. Fewer jobs than when he became president. First one in American history. Secondly, the people who have lost their jobs are those people who have been on the front lines, those people who have been saving our lives, those people who have been out there dying, people who've been putting themselves in the way to make sure that we could all try
You
to
know,
make it.
essential workers.
The idea that he is insisting that we go forward and open when you have almost half the states in America with a
I will
significant
do a
increase
shot
in
if
COVID
Biden
deaths
says
and
he
COVID
doesn't care about the
cases in the United
plebs.
States of America. And he wants to open it up more.
But
Why
don't
does he
care
wanna
about the
open it up? Why
plebs.
doesn't he take care of the America? You can't fix the economy until you fix the COVID crisis. And he has no intention of doing anything.
I don't know
about making
why
it
I
better
find
for
like
you all
plebeian
at home
plebs or whatever
in
in
terms of
modern
your
day
health
is
and your
so
safety.
fucking
Schools.
amusing.
Schools
I guess the
open
thought of
because
someone
it
out there
costs a
saying
lot of
it and
money to
meaning
open
it
safely.
is just
You
so
know,
outside of.
his administration is going to give the teachers and school students masks.
Damn,
How-
Biden had
Decided,
exactly
no,
2
couldn't do
minutes
that
worth of
because
shit
it's
to
not
say,
a
apparently.
national
He's like,
emergency.
and he's like,
National
your time is up.
emergency.
And he's like,
They've
I
done
said everything.
nothing to help small
They must
businesses.
have like
Nothing.
seriously
They're
studied up
closing.
for this. They're
One
like,
in six
dude,
is now
man,
gone.
you gotta
He's doing a good
fucking
job.
practice.
On the job.
Joe's doing a good job. I hate to
Take
say
care
it.
of the American people so we
He's
If
can-
doing
this
very, very
Joe
good.
was
Like,
the Joe you had in the
I have to respond.
You
primaries,
both had 2 minutes, sir.
Excuse
Oh, in the
me,
primaries,
he
Biden was hilarious. He had nothing to say. He's just falling all over the
People want their
place.
schools open. They don't want to be shut down. They don't want their state shut
You don't wanna
down.
be shut down, you fucking
New York,
asshole.
it's so sad
I hate
what's
you.
happening in New York. It's almost like a ghost town.
the only people who really say plebs and mean it wear trilbies.
People want their places open.
Hey
They want
guys, do you want to go to?
people-
Do you guys want to send your kids to school so they can come home to kill you like fucking cute grenades?
Big Ten football.
One thing I've noticed is suddenly college students love going to class.
People of Ohio
Really?
and
I don't know when that started.
It's just because we have so many college football teams. They're like, oh yeah, college. Let's go study.
How many is it because they have had to live back at home post 18 with their parents and went, nope, I'll risk death. Fuck it. Got to get out of here.
Sue, did he say he brought back football?
I
missed that.
I thought he hated football. I thought he didn't like the NFL because they don't like him.
Are you
Or
kidding me?
whatever.
He tried to buy a football team and failed.
Asking you the specific question.
It was like it wasn't even an NFL. He tried to buy an NFL team once.
Federal income taxes.
He might have bought an XFL team.
millions of dollars in taxes, millions of dollars of income tax.
Nah, you're broke, you
Let me just tell
piece
you,
of shit.
there was
I
a
have more
story
money
in
than
one of the
you.
papers.
Show us your tax
I paid
returns.
I hope he says it.
$38 million one year. I paid
Show us your
$27
taxes.
million
Show us your tax
one year.
returns.
I went-
Yeah, show us your tax.
You'll see as soon as it's finished. You'll see it.
Show us your tax. Show us your
Board
tax.
elections,
It's like show your
there's
tits.
118-page or so report that says
Oh, it's too
everything
complicated.
every
18
bank
pages?
I
Who-
have,
no one could
I'm
read
totally
that.
Under-leveraged because the assets are extremely good, and we have a very I built.
Why don't you release it?
Specific question, which
Hey,
don't give a shit
Donald,
about that.
everyone knows you're going to jail if you come out.
No, Mr. President, I'm asking you.
Okay, he's not actually going to
Will
jail.
you
I
tell
mean,
us
but
how much you paid in
He'll never
federal
say
income
anything.
taxes In 2016,
He'll get
and
such a stern
2017.
slap on the
Millions
wrist.
of dollars.
You paid millions of dollars?
Millions of dollars.
So
yes.
not 750.
Millions of dollars, and you'll get to see it. And you'll
Millions
get
of
to see
dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
Chris, let me
Wait,
just tell you something.
Trump is being correct again.
Because the tax laws, I don't want to pay tax. Before I
I
came
don't
Yes,
wanna
the
pay
Democrats
tax.
are way too soft on taxation and give really, really rich people way too many opportunities to just not pay their fucking taxes.
Hey, guess
I
what?
agree.
That's on the ballot this election for Illinois. So let's see if that happens. It's literally let's tax rich people more. Are you aware of this, Draggor?
Yeah. I think every state should put that to the ballot.
Yeah,
Like,
they usually don't do well.
They're going up 1%. Fuck it. Like anything.
Well, we're
Put
trying.
that on the ballot.
We're trying.
I'll vote for it.
After that happened, but
Vice
Yeah.
President Biden, you want to respond?
Yeah, I do want to.
And
Fuck these people. If they got the votes, they can vote it down. How many millionaires live in this state? Not enough.
Yeah.
If Joe says eat the rich, I will like.
If
my
Joe
God.
says eat the rich, I again will jizz. That will happen.
He's smart because he can take
There's
advantage of the
three or four or
tax
five things you
code.
can say.
And he
Poggers.
the tax code. That's why
Poggers.
we're going to eliminate the Trump tax code. We're gonna
Mr. President, you're going absolutely
make sure that
poggers over here.
people who, in fact, need
Listen here, Jack.
people out there.
Listen here, Jack. You're going poggers.
I will only go.
25 years.
You will go poggers over my new tax
do it
bill.
You are president screwing things up.
You were a senator and
You're the worst
you were a
president
vice-
America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe.
on.
Yeah, there you go, Joe.
More in 47 months, I've done more than you've done in 47 years, Joe.
Now I'll say you killed so many more people than I did.
Okay,
Including
gentlemen.
fixing the broken
Do
military.
it, say it,
that you
Joe.
gave me, including
I'm giving it to you for free.
President, we're
Put it in
talking
your
about
earpiece
economy.
that you
I'd
don't
like to ask
have.
you about your plans going forward, because, Mr. Vice President, your economic plan, if you were to be elected president, focuses a lot on big government, big taxes, big spending. I want to focus first on the taxes. You propose more than $4 trillion over a decade in new taxes on individuals making more than $400,000 a year and on corporations. President Trump says that that kind of an increase in taxes is going to hurt the economy as it's just coming
Yeah,
out of a
well-
recession.
Well, just take a look at what is the analysis done by Wall Street firms. Points out that my
He's
economic
given
plan
the
would create
classic
7
evade
million
the
more
yes,
jobs
I'm
in
going
his
to
in 4
tax
years,
the rich
number
people
one.
more
And
answer.
number
It's like,
two, it would
Yeah.
create an
What are you gonna
additional
do?
$1 trillion in economic growth because it would be about buying.
Biden,
that
you
we have
shat
to-
the bed on
the
this one.
Federal government
Nah.
spends $600 billion a year on everything from ships
Biden,
to steel.
you had
to
Bernie
buildings and the
saying
like.
how to answer
And
this
under my
question
proposal, we're gonna make
for
sure
how many
that
years
every
now?
penny of that
Thank you,
has to
Vassar.
be made by a company.
Respectfully,
Oh, shit.
sir, I'm talking about taxes, not spending.
Oh,
By
Trump
the
said
way, I'm gonna
Obama
eliminate
before Biden did.
Significant number of the tax. I'm going to make the corporate tax 28%. It shouldn't
Thank
be
you.
21%. You have 91 companies, federal,
Thank you for
in the
subscribing.
Fortune 500, who don't pay a single penny in tax, making billions of dollars.
didn't you do it
Billions
before
of
when you were vice president
because,
with Obama?
Because you, in fact, passed that. That
What
was
can I do
your
better
tax
then? I don't
proposal.
know what I did.
And you know what happened?
you got it done.
Our economy boomed
And,
like it's
and-
never boomed.
Nah, yeah.
shit,
We made so many shitty jobs. Guys, we made so many part-time bullshit jobs. Didn't your life get so much worse in my administration? Mine sure the fuck did. Oh, let's make shitty jobs.
It turns out that in Obama's final 3 years
Oh,
as
fuck
president,
off, Trump.
more jobs were created, 1.5 million
Shitty
more
jobs.
than in the first 3 years.
I remember when
of
my
your
dad first
presidency.
pointed out to me, he's like, "Hey, have you ever noticed that it goes back and forth, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, and every time the Democrat picks it up, they start with an economy that is usually pretty shitty, then they get it back to good, and then the next guy takes credit for it." I'm like, "Wow,
Yeah.
I am not going to vote Republican. I am 12."
Yeah.
People don't pay attention long enough. It's crazy.
W. Bush took credit for Clinton's shit, then Trump is taking credit for Obama's shit. Every
Yep.
time the Democrat wins, it's like everything's really fucked everybody, and then we go up a little bit, just the tiniest bit, and everyone loses their mind, and then they fucking elect Trump, and shit starts over again.
Yeah, because of you, you idiot. Because that's how the fucking economy works.
Short of depression.
It has a delayed.
I was asked to bring it back.
Oh.
We were able to have
I
an
feel like
economic
Biden
recovery
is
that created the
visually
jobs you're
aging
talking
on
about. We
screen
handed him
every
a
time
booming
he has to
economy. He
ignore
blew
an
it.
interruption.
He blew it.
So many.
It was the weakest recovery
Well, sir, is it
since
fair to, wait, is it fair to say he blew it when, in
When
fact,
COVID came in.
when there was record?
He blew when COVID came in with his not power.
Because what he did, even before COVID, manufacturing went in the hole.
I wish we would stop talking about manufacturing jobs.
went in the
How many
hole.
manufacturers, like, that is
Wait,
such a
wait,
tiny,
wait,
tiny
number
percent
three.
of
They said
the
they
actual
would take-
American
no, you're number
worker.
two.
Yeah.
That is a
Like,
tiny percent of the
there's
workers,
100,000
but a high
manufacturers.
percent of people in battleground states with with important electoral votes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but even then, it's people voting for the idea of these workers who don't exist.
I'm the guy that
You know what I'm saying? Like,
manufacturing.
they bring it up like it's
I was asked to bring back
1932. It's like, oh, we have all these textile mills and shit. It's like, no, we don't. We have like 6 factories in the whole country.
Maybe
Doesn't
they
matter
know.
what battleground states believe.
Yeah,
Everybody
Population
enters
of battleground
weekends and-
states.
they are literally. This is a commercial for 13 states. This is really.
Went to Michigan.
They have 13 total states if you pull from all 50. Like, you could
So when you take a
collectively.
look at what he's actually done. He's done very little. His trade
All the
deals are
manufacturing
same
jobs are in
way.
fucking
He talks
California,
about
but that's
these
not even a
great
state
trade
anyone
deals.
talks about.
He talks about the art of the deal. China's perfected the art of the steal.
Hey-o.
We
The
have
mayor
more deficit
fucked
with
your
China now
wife.
than we did before. We have
My
the highest
wife.
Out of the
trade deficit
steal.
Lunch, down
right, gentlemen,
18%. China ate your
What about lunch?
No way.
No wonder your son goes in and he takes out. He takes out.
Oh, bringing the
millions of
sun up.
dollars.
Mr.
Takes out
President,
billions of dollars
please.
to manage. He makes millions of dollars. And also, while we're at it, why is it? Just
I
out of
have never
curiosity,
heard, Mr.
the
President,
mayor of
please.
Moscow's wife gave your
Out
son
of a
$3.5
fucking
million.
news person's
What did he do to deserve it? What did he do?
Well, we had
gonna
Trump as a
say-
president. That's why.
President, please.
None of that is
Question,
true.
not an answer.
Stop eating the gas.
I wish I had a trash fire.
Mr. President,
It's
Mr.
totally-
President, please.
Totally
ask a question.
discredited.
My son did nothing wrong. Put it on a fucking
wait,
shirt.
you got
Hunter
$3
Biden did nothing wrong.
Oh, fuck.
This is what Vosh versus Destiny is gonna look like in 50 years.
Please, you
Fuck.
have raised an issue. Let the Vice President answer.
Discredited.
Did
There was a
Burisma pay him
report.
Destiny's a piece of shit, and Vaush is on the fucking fence.
Look,
President,
my son did nothing wrong at Burisma.
I think he did.
and
Mr.
the only guy
President,
that
let
did
him
something-
answer.
He doesn't want to let me answer because he knows I have the truth. His position has been totally, thoroughly discredited.
who?
And
The media?
By everybody. Well, by the
By the
media,
media,
by our
because they refuse to
allies,
talk
by the
about it
World
because they're
Bank, by
embarrassed.
Okay, that was good.
He's just like, fuck.
Close.
under oath.
This motherfucker just doesn't stop.
I'm listening to you.
People under.
I'm telling you.
Mr.
President, please.
I want
Oath in his administration said.
I want someone whose
did my
only
job,
job
and I
is to
did it
just
very
slap
well.
him when he interrupts.
You know who they are.
That's it.
Well, I'll give you the list of the
Like, no mic changing. He can keep talking all he wants. Just fucking slap him.
because they
We're
did a
Trump
good
family.
job.
Some people don't do a
Well,
good
here's
job.
the.
With you,
I paid my daughter $700,000 and wrote it off. God damn it! Never speak about my family.
Hey, you know how people paid to see the fight of those two YouTube stars beat the shit out of each other? This is what this reminds me of.
Look, here's the
Did
deal.
you know that fucking
We
Jake
wanna
Paul
talk
is going to
about
fight an actual
families
boxer next? I
and-
can't remember
Yeah,
his name.
yeah.
I don't want to do
Boxer.
that. I mean, his family we could talk about all night. His family's
my
already.
family, my family.
We could talk about them all night. Ba-doop,
And
boop.
helping us with government.
And that's such a.
And they're right
that's
here.
a-
Mr.
That's such
Every
a great.
single one of them lost.
This is not about my
President.
family or his
Sir.
family. It's about your
Sir.
family.
Sir,
The American
this is a
people.
Wendy.
He does-
This is a Wendy's.
He doesn't want to talk about. what
Gentlemen, there's only one person.
You, the American people.
Gentleman,
It's about you.
singular.
That's what we're talking about.
you
All right,
Take
that's
Not
the, end
about
of
here.
that's the end of the segment. We're moving on.
He didn't take.
Oh boy, I'm doing such a good job. I'm Chris Wallace.
Very
Try
important
to be
question.
honest.
He's just like, look, Mr. President, we have ended this part, and we're now going to go to this part.
With $1 billion, if you
That is
you know what, you're-
absolutely not true.
take doing it.
I keep getting distracted by the Yingling logo being above both of them.
My voice,
He's
but
on
it seems
tape.
to be, why should I be different than the two of you? So here's the deal.
Good point.
We have
Sir, this is
No.
6 segments. We have ended that segment.
No,
We're going
Mr.
to go to the
President,
next
you've been
segment.
doing it
In that
worse.
segment, you each are gonna
There,
have two
that's all I
uninterrupted
wanted.
moments.
The
In those two
moderator is not
uninterrupted
quite
minutes, Mr.
redeemed,
President, you
but
will
I'll
say anything
complain
you
less.
I'm going to ask a question about race, but if
This
you want
is
to
such
answer
a
about something
fucking
else, go
trash
ahead.
fire.
But I think that the
This is the leader of our country. This is why I hold every Republican in contempt.
This is why
Because they don't see the
200,000 people
problem
are
with it.
dead.
This is why people are dead. Like, it's not a fucking joke to me.
Yeah, it's
If you're a
idiot.
Republican or support Republicans, I genuinely have contempt for you because you do not care about your fellow human beings. It's about empathy. It really is.
Trump's response.
Removing the rich people, because they do it fucking on purpose.
This is what
Brainwash. You have got to keep the brainwashing in mind.
I know.
This is what worshiping
It doesn't
power.
matter if they're brainwashed or not. If they're gonna try and fucking kill me.
This is what worshiping power gets
I'm a
you.
queer
You get a
lefty. We're on the
charismatic.
chopping block
Yeah.
if they get what they want.
This is what worshiping power gets you. You get a charismatic idiot who can't say anything other than scare people. And
Are you guys ready for when one who knows what the fuck they're doing comes? Because that is what comes next.
yeah, absolutely. Tucker Carlson's coming up. I'm telling you.
Fucking Pence.
We're gonna
Not
get
Pence. Pence isn't charismatic enough. I see Carlson. Tucker Carlson.
Carlson is coming next,
Yep.
or somebody just like him,
Yep.
who can actually speak, who can actually hold a fucking thought for more than 1 second, and can accomplish policy, not just accomplish being a giant asshole in front of the world.
It is true.
We'll
Trump
see.
sucks. Thank God. Thank God this guy sucks and can't get anything done. The next guy will be able to. Like, and sending up weak-ass, boring, milquetoast Democrats is not going to stop that from happening.
The next fake populist fascist will be scary. Absolutely.
Biden is going to get how many terms he gets, maybe one, maybe two. And then they're going to put up another Biden. They're going to put up fucking the little Kennedy kid or fucking Beto O'Rourke or somebody. And they're going to lose.
Okay,
and then
wait.
an actual fascist who can actually accomplish things.
Oh, we're talking about protests.
Accomplish some shit so people reject fascism. All we say is don't do fascism. We don't say here's the thing you could be doing. We just say don't do the bad. And that doesn't fucking accomplish anything. It just puts it off until you lose an election. Which the Democrats are very good at doing. They're very good at losing elections.
Yeah.
To try to generate racist hatred, racist division. This is a man who, in fact, you talk about helping African Americans. 1 in 1,000 African Americans has been killed because of the coronavirus. And if he doesn't do something quickly, by the end of the year, 1 in 500 will have been killed. 1 in 500 African Americans.
I actually do hate that they call it opponents.
Is a savior of
Opponents? What do you mean?
African-Americans. This man.
He's bringing
The people running for office, they call them opponents.
Everybody.
The fact is that you have to look
Wait,
at
what?
what he talks about. You have to look
He
at
said
what he
super
did.
predator
And what
like
he
the
did
Clintons
has been
did in the
disastrous
90s.
Jesus
for the
Christ.
African American community.
So
It was Hillary, and it was 30 fucking years ago.
Well, I probably shouldn't have said that word then.
Opponent to deal with
he
racism.
did a crime bill.
It's
19
all
He did
they
a
have.
crime bill.
where you call them super predators. African
The Clintons said
American
one
super
dumb
predators,
thing
and they
once,
never
and the
forgot
Republicans
that.
have
They
spent
never forgot
30
that,
years
Jack.
shitting on every
So you
shade
did
of brown
that,
person
and they called you
possible.
super
But what
predator.
one
And
sticks
I'm
in people's
letting people out of
mind,
jail
which
now
one gets
that
held
you have
accountable.
treated the African
Pepper, I think you're a little ahead of the
population
feed, so people
community,
think you're like,
treated the black community
like predicting the
about as bad
future.
as anybody in this
Oh,
country.
no.
You did
That's
that.
Oh, am I
okay.
ahead of you now?
That's why
No,
you
you're like, he
whole
says super predator. I'm like, wait, what?
than any Republican has done in a long time.
I was so
because
confused.
They saw what you did. You call them super predators, and you've called them worse than that because you look back at your testimony.
mine is
over
as
the
well,
years,
yes.
I'm
I'm
a
so
lot
glad
worse
the
than
chief
that. As
of
far as
Portland
the
Police
church is
supports
concerned,
you
and
in
as far as the
that you
generals
will
are
allow him to
concerned,
keep
we
beating
just
the
got
shit
the
out of
support
elderly
200
people,
250
children, women,
military leaders and
normal
generals.
citizens,
Total support.
Uber
Law
drivers,
enforcement, almost
like-
every law enforcement group in the United States.
I can't believe the guy in charge of that would support the one who says do whatever the fuck you want and there will be no consequences. Who could have guessed?
The sheriff just came out today.
Oh, we're
and he
talking
said,
about
"I
who has got the
support
better,
President Trump." If you have any
cop
law
cred.
enforcement, you can't even
Cop
say the word law
cred.
enforcement, because if you say
Watch
those
Biden go up
words,
and like, no,
you're
the
gonna
police
lose all
love
of
me,
your radical
actually.
left
That's what he's going to do, which,
And why aren't you saying those words, Joe? Why don't you say the words law enforcement? Because you know what? If they called us,
Here
in
comes
Portland,
Casey
we
Kasem
would
with the
put
top
out that
40
fire
cities in
a half
America.
an hour.
Number
We won't
one.
do it because they're run by radical left Democrats. If you
Oh
look
my
at Chicago,
God.
if you look at any place you
The
want,
radical
Seattle,
left is running
they heard they were
Chicago. I
coming
think
the
not.
following day, and they put up their
The
hands
rad
and we
left
got back
running
Seattle.
Chicago.
Minneapolis,
I wish.
we got it back, Joe.
That's why they
because
pulled up the
Oh.
bridges.
even law and order.
Go
But you
harass
know,
the rich people.
the top 10 cities and just
You know,
about the top
I-
40 cities are run by Democrats and in many cases radical left, and they've got you wrapped around their finger, Joe, to a point where you don't want to say
Dark Knight
anything
Rises
about
is
law
so much
and order.
shittier
And I'll
today
tell you
because
what,
the police were the
people of this
heroes.
country want and demand law and order.
There's a
and
lot of
you're
old
afraid to
media
even
where
say it.
back when, like, my mind was default cops
that
are good.
old.
Question of race. Vice President Biden, after the grand jury in the Breonna Taylor case decided not to charge any of the police with homicide, you said it raises the
Doubt.
question,
I do not
quote,
believe that the
whether
vast majority.
justice could be equally applied in America. Do you believe that there is a separate but unequal system of justice for blacks in this country?
Yes, there is. There's systemic injustice in this country, in education and work and in law enforcement and the way in which it's enforced.
Let's
But
do
look,
something about
the
it.
vast majority of police officers
Biden's going to
are decent,
assemble
honorable
all the
men and
people,
women.
civil rights
They
groups
risk
and
their lives
cops.
every day to take care of us. But there are some bad apples, and when they occur, when they
The bad apples spoil the bunch. Let's fuck the system.
They have to be held accountable.
Biden claims
And
that
what I'm
cops
gonna
were
do as
not
President of the
happy
United
when they
States is
saw what
call
happened to George Floyd.
Together an entire group of people at the White
Oh,
House.
Which
Biden was
cop?
always
Well,
going to shit the
everything
bed
from
on this
civil rights
topic.
groups to the
Canadian
police officers,
cops?
the police chiefs, and we're gonna work
Mexican
this out.
cops?
We're going to work this out so we change the way in which
British
we have more
cops, maybe. They were pretty
transparency in when
disgusted.
these things happen. These cops aren't happy to see what happened to.
Yes,
to George
Biden's
Floyd.
talking
That
about
far
the
ahead?
peaceful
Cops aren't
protesting.
Happy to see what happened to
This
Breonna
segment
Taylor.
is the fuck you
Most
both
don't
segment.
Like it, but we have to have a system where people are held accountable. And by the way,
My brother just said,
violence in
which channel has
response is never
Space Ghost
appropriate.
announcing the
Never
debates? I
appropriate.
forgot that happened.
Peaceful protest is.
Oh,
Violence
God.
is never appropriate.
All right.
Oh yeah, critical
Peaceful
race theory is like a
protest.
hot
When they
button
run
to-
through
like
the middle of
word,
town and burn
but
down
no one
That's
knows
a
what it
new
means.
phrase to me.
Critical race theory?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to realign with you guys. I'm a little ahead.
Trump, I'd like to continue with the
Yes,
issue
go
of
ahead,
race. I
please.
promise we're going to get to the issue of law and order in a moment. This month,
A lot of
your
people are complaining to do
administration,
things that were absolutely
directed
insane.
federal
Thanks for the
agencies to
specifics,
end
you asshole.
racial sensitivity training that addresses white privilege or critical
Damn it,
race
I am
theory.
so angry. I am
Why
so
did you
angry.
decide to
No,
do that
it's
to end
fair.
racial sensitivity
Oh, me
training?
too, if you
And
can't tell. I
do
keep
you
going on
believe that there
15 to
is
20
systemic
second
racism in
rants.
this country, sir?
I mean, you're able to do
Because it's
rants. I don't
racist.
even have the
I ended
rants
it
in me. I'm
because
just
a lot
shouting,
of people were
fuck.
complaining that they were asked to do things that were absolutely
Welcome to the
insane,
fuck hour.
that it was a
with Draggor.
radical revolution that
It's
was
okay.
taking
Tomorrow we're gonna
place
watch
in our
wrestling and we'll be much
military,
happier, or at
True.
least yelling about
our
different
schools,
things.
Orange
all
Cassidy.
over the
That's the
place,
reason
and
why
you know
he
it, and so
doesn't
does
want to try half the
everybody else.
time.
And he would
It's
know
this
that
shit.
Orange
racial
Cassidy comes out and Superman punches
You were a
dipshit
certain
president,
person.
then
You
I'll
had
come.
No status in life. It
I
was sort
kind of
the
enjoy
universal.
Erner's
And you
comment.
look at the
You
people
put all the
who are
bad
paying
apples in
people
the barrel, then they
hundreds
can
of
kill each
thousands of
other,
dollars
rot, and
to
make a
teach
delicious
very
cider for the
bad
rest
ideas
of
and
us.
There you
very
go.
sick ideas.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
really,
Erner,
they were
wahoo.
teaching people to
Which
hate
is to
our
say,
country.
everyone
I'm not
loves
gonna do
cops that are
I'm not gonna allow
retired
that
and
to
can no
happen.
longer kill black people.
We have to go back to the core values of this country. They were teaching
Pepper, you
people
can't take
that
away a
America is
source of
horrible
inspiration for
place,
that
it's
job.
a racist place, and they were teaching people to hate our country. And
Was
that
he-
too dark?
Vice President
Was
Biden.
that bad?
Nobody's doing that. He's just
Now it's
he's
good.
racist.
He's just a
I know a lot more
racist.
about
I
this.
love it.
Let him finish.
The fact is that there is racial insensitivity. People have to be made aware of what other people feel like, what insults them, what is
Irish
demeaning
Catholic.
to
He
them.
brought up Scranton
It's
again.
important
Damn,
to
he
know
wants
they don't
Pennsylvania
want-
hard.
Oh, of
People
course he
don't wanna
does.
hurt
He's
other
from
people's
there, I
feelings,
think.
But it makes a big
from
difference.
Delaware.
It makes a gigantic difference in the way a child is able to grow up and have
There's
a
something about
Scranton and
Scranton.
Delaware
I
aren't
think
far
he's-
apart from each other,
It's a
though.
little bit like how
Not
this
too far.
guy and his friends look down on so many
He is
people.
from Scranton.
They look down their nose on people like Irish
Oh,
Catholics
I didn't
like
even know
me
that.
and grew up in Scranton.
Why did I
They
think he was
look
from
down on
Delaware?
People who don't have money. They look down
Oh, was
on
he a
people
Delaware
who
senator?
are
Is that
of
why?
a different faith. They look down
Ah.
on people who are a different color. In fact, we're all Americans. The only way we're going to bring this country together.
Moved to Delaware when he was
is
3.
bring
Okay.
Everybody together. There's
Thank you.
nothing we
Thank you,
cannot
boss.
do if we
Yeah,
do it
thank
together.
you.
We can take
How much
this
more of
on
this we
and
got?
We can defeat racism
Vice
in America.
President, President Trump, sir.
During the Obama
Another half
Biden
hour, give or
administration,
take?
there
I need
was
more
tremendous
booze.
division. There
So do
was
I.
hatred. You look at Ferguson. You look at. You go to.
Are you in
many
favor of
places.
Law and
Look at
Order?
Oakland.
No, I
Look
think
what
that show
happened in Oakland.
sucked.
Look what happened in Baltimore. Look
Hong
what
Kong.
happened-
Dun, dun.
Frankly, it
What
was
if
more
he
violent.
said that? I would laugh so
now.
fucking hard.
The reason is that the Democrats
I think he just
that
like
run
fire.
these cities
Ridiculous.
don't want to talk like you.
What if he's
What
like,
did
I'm
Chris
for order,
do?
but not law?
Are you in favor of law and order?
I'm in favor of law. You
I am
follow
for
Law and
law,
order
but not order.
created by
I'm in
Wolf.
favor of the law, you fucking idiot.
Law and order.
Loses
Law and order.
Let him
Law and order with
All right, you know
justice
what?
where people get
Bottoms
treated
up. I'm
fairly.
finishing the rest of my
And the fact
whiskey
of
and
the matter
getting
is
more.
violent crime went down
Good
by
luck.
I could take another shot. I poured them for myself.
15% in our administration. It's gone up on his watch.
Went down much more in ours.
All right, we're now, Mr. President, you're going to.
They talk about Democrat-led cities. The Democrats who lead these cities are watching the cops beat the fuck out of people and saying, nothing to see here. I've asked my chief of police, and he says everything is cool.
It works for his voters. That's all he cares about. You can say, look at those cities. They're bad. Do you want that here? Nope.
This is a bad city. Do you want to live in a bad city? Better vote for me.
They're literally saying, like, suburbs. They're going to take away the suburbs from you.
I think it's a party issue. You can bring in a couple of examples, but if you look at Chicago, what's going on in Chicago?
Yeah, here we go
where,
again.
53 people were shot and 8 died. Shot. If you look at New York, where it's going up like nobody's ever seen anything, the numbers are going up 100, 150,
People get shot in cities.
200%,
What?
Crime.
Republican
It is
cities.
crazy what's going on. And he doesn't want to say law and order because he can't. Because
I
he'll
grew up
lose
in the
his radical
suburbs. I know these
supporters,
streets.
And once he does that, it's over. But if he had to run this country,
I
they
was
ran
born in
the way he
it,
would wanna run
raised
We
in
would
it.
have-
In the
our
suburbs.
would be gone.
I was born in the
Oh,
suburbs.
there it is. Suburbs will be gone. I called it. Fuck. God damn it. God. Oh, thank you, Shukin.
I was raised in the suburbs. This is not 1950. All these dog whistles and racism don't work
I was
anymore.
raised by the
Are by and
suburbs.
large integrated. There's many people today driving their kids to soccer practice and or to black and white and Hispanic in the same car as there have been any time in the past. What really is a threat to the suburbs and their safety?
Reimagining policing means not murdering black people.
There you go.
They're being flooded. They're being burned out.
Because clearly that requires an imagination, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, guys, all I'm saying is maybe police should stop and prevent crimes or solve them.
Or hey, we could have the.
Yes, of course. And then you say, well, look at the stats, because holy shit, they are not doing that.
How about
At
the
all.
police have a legal, lawful obligation to protect people?
It means
That'd be good.
Finish the question.
I'd love to put that in a contract somewhere they have to sign.
Do you support the Black Lives Matter call for
A 911 call? Do they just call 911 911 now?
the police having the opportunity to deal with the problems they face.
Let's call that a senior moment.
Defunding the police
It's not
officers.
wrong.
As a matter
It's just a
of
weird way to
fact,
say
police and
it.
Local police. The only one defunding
It is 9/11 that you dial,
$400 million
technically.
Cut in local
Dial
law enforcement
9/11.
assistance. They need more assistance. They need when they
It
show
should
up
be
for a
absolutely
9/11
illegal
call
for
to
any
have
police
someone with them
department
as a
to get
psychologist or something.
decommissioned military gear.
Keep them from having to
Thank you,
use
Zero.
force
Another one.
and be able to talk people
I think the
down.
most effective,
We have to
easiest
have
federal
community
rule you
policing
could
like we
make
had
is
before,
just
where the
if a
officers
police
get to know
officer
the people in the
is
community.
involved in the
That's when
killing of
crime
anyone,
went down.
they must
It
go
didn't
to
go up,
court.
it went down.
Hey, how
Just
about
like how
that?
all
We have to be
killings in the
that's
NFL
what
are
we're
subject to
talking about.
review.
That-
All
that's
police
not
shootings
funding
should be
that-
subject
that is
to
not
court.
true.
Are you saying
That's
someone
it.
should watch The Watchmen?
He
What?
has no law
Jesus Christ,
enforcement.
I'm not saying that all cops who kill people should go to jail or be executed. I'm saying if you think that homicide was justifiable, fucking prove it. Bring your
We don't have
books.
time to do anything.
If your camera's off, fuck
That
you.
Law enforcement group that came out
The
and
footage
said,
is
"Well,
missing or a corruption incident happened.
You're guilty. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Guilty. Or you gotta build a case based on with no footage.
that have turned violent. In Portland, Oregon,
Maybe
we had
separate the prosecuting attorneys from the police in a way that they don't have to suck their dick all the time.
Talk about peaceful protests. Many of those turned into riots. Mr. Vice President,
Yeah, maybe Quack Quack Honk brings up
you
complaints.
say that
Most
people who
police
commit
precincts,
crimes
the big
should be
ones where
held
people actually fucking
accountable.
live,
The
have
question
it
I
so
have, though,
your
is,
like
as the
complaint
Democrat
records are
nominee, and
expunged
earlier
after maybe
tonight you said
6
that you
months
are the Democratic
less,
Party
or just
right
not
now.
at all in some
Have
places.
you ever called
In-
the
Holy
in
shit,
college-
Portland or the Democratic
My
Governor
complaints
of
last till the end of
Oregon and
time.
said,
Yeah.
Hey, you
In,
gotta
in
stop
college,
this.
we
Bring the
had
National Guard, do
a
whatever it
shitty
takes
fucking
to
game. I went
stop
to
days and
college in
months of
downtown
violence.
Chicago, And the game was if in any like newspaper news announcement there was a police shooting, the game was, did they kill a homeless person again?
It should be prosecuted.
Because like the reality of it was that was really depressing.
You had never called for the leaders in Portland.
Because nothing ever changed.
In Oregon,
Oh, Draggor, don't feel bad about talking about it. You're not out there shooting homeless people. Police doing that.
Just stay out of the way.
Hey, you don't know that.
Maybe that's where he gets his youth.
Oh, Draggor, the American Psycho.
Bald spot. Look at this.
Always killing the homeless people in his spare times.
You know, his own
Sorry.
spokesperson said
Sending up
cat.
riots,
Applying them to his
chaos,
head.
and violence help his cause. That's what this is all about.
I don't know who said that.
Oh,
I
fuck.
do.
Who?
I think Kellyanne Conway.
I don't think she said.
She said that. And so here's the
I don't think she said that.
point is
I
that
love his little
that's what
reality
news keeps
feel in
trying
his
to
head.
rile everything up.
That's all
It
that
doesn't want to
matters.
calm things down. Instead of going in and talking
Oh,
to people and saying,
shit.
let's get
You
everybody
wanna
together, figure out how to deal with this. What's
Wait,
he
wait,
do?
what'd he say?
He just pours gasoline in the fire constantly, and every single solitary time.
If you want to switch seats, because he keeps talking over Biden. You fuckers want to swap.
You have repeatedly.
That's
kind of funny.
No, you've been talking.
You
back
made
and
a
forth.
statement.
I'm asking you.
I would love to end it.
Sir,
I would love to end it.
you know,
I would love to end it too, Donald.
We would very quickly.
Sorry.
It'd be over. There'd be no problem.
Oh, shit, he's
The
asking
national
the
guard.
president to denounce the militia dudes right now.
The vice president for not
And
specifically
he says, no, it's not the right wing that is killing people with the guns they keep bringing. It is the left wing with their plastic shields and nothing else that are killing
and
people.
militia groups, and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these
Stand
cities,
by.
as we saw in Kenosha, and as we
He said, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
Like, this is the dog whistle thing. This is where everyone's going to point to in history where he just said the thing. Okay, they're ready.
I want to see peace.
Stand by.
Too much
Proud-
heat.
Do it.
Stand
Say
by.
it. Do you want to call
He
him?
didn't say
What do you want to call him? Give me a name.
said
Give me
stand
a
by.
white supremacists and right
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
What an
But
asshole.
I'll tell you what.
Oh.
Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left.
That is
because
such
this is
some
not a
fucking
right-wing
weird
problem.
shit.
This is a left
That's not weird. That's fucking
This is a
scary.
left
It is scary.
That is scary.
Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
got
So-
That's what his.
I don't want to supersede anyone's gun opinions, but I know who definitely does have guns, and perhaps resistance to that group should consider acquiring some guns.
I've heard a lot of that, yeah.
I don't know how else to say this,
Yeah.
but
This
they're
fucking
not
country.
going to stop having guns, and your options are step outside and allow yourself to be shot.
It is generally a referendum on his record.
I don't want to incite violence like the president does, but I would like to incite some self-protection.
I do wonder what's going to happen if he wins. Some fucking hunting's going to happen.
Other people holding large guns.
At both of your records, I'm going to ask each of you, why should voters elect
The
you
Socialist
president
Rifle
over your
Association
opponent
is a
in this
real
segment?
thing, and
Yeah, I
encourage
wanna
you
join.
do some
Dude.
training,
There has never
learn how to
been a
operate a
Scout.
firearm.
administration or
It
president
may
who
become
has done
important.
more than I've done
Seriously,
in
I
a
am
period
lucky
of
to have
3.5
grown up
years. And that's despite the
having
impeachment
nothing
hoax.
but utmost
And you saw
respect
what
and
happened today
understanding
with
for
Hillary Clinton, where
what a
it was
weapon
whole
can
big
do.
con job.
Yeah, exactly.
And the more people that understand that,
Both flanks and
the
behind me
better.
and above.
Yeah.
There has
Not-
never been an
not like
administration that's done what I've
the
done.
requirement
The
for me
greatest
to be
before
able to
COVID
have
came in, the
fun
greatest
target with
economy in
target
history,
practice
lowest
was to
unemployment
understand that
numbers.
the thing I was going to
Everything
hold
was
in my
good.
hands,
Everything was good.
regardless
And
of
by
the
the
fact
way,
that I was 8
there
years
was
old,
unity
could
going to
kill
happen.
someone.
People were
Hey, I
calling
have
me for
something
the
to
first
say to
time in
people
years.
real
They were
quick.
calling, and they were
That
saying,
great
"Maybe,"
economy
and
before
then what
COVID,
happened? We
did
got
you
hit, and
like
now we're
it?
building it back up again.
Did you
Oh, yeah.
feel that at all?
Military, including
No?
the Space Force
Yeah,
and
that's
all the other
reality.
things. A fixing of
So
the
every time you see this
VA,
shit, just
which
remember
was
that.
A mess under him. 308,000 people died because they didn't have proper health care.
Sif's right.
It was
Sif
a
agrees.
mess.
There has never
And
been an
we now get a
administration that's done what
91%
he's done.
approval rating
That is
at
true.
the VA, our vets. We take care of our vets, but we've rebuilt our military. The job
Every
that
time the
we've done-
economy's
I'll
gone
tell you
up,
something.
it's
Some people
just
say maybe the most
less and less
By the end of
coverage
the
in my
first
health
term,
care
I'll
and
have approximately
in my
300
paycheck. It's been terrible. Yeah.
Court of Appeals judges,
It doesn't correspond with
and
reality.
hopefully 3
You can
great
ask, when did I
Supreme
get
Court
hair to
judges,
have a bald
justices.
spot?
That
Most
is
people, they
a
do the
record
buzz,
likes
the
of which
COVID
very
shave
few
or the
people, and
COVID
you know
cut.
one of the
That's what I
reasons
do.
Mine
why so
is
many
the
judges?
COVID
Because
avoidance
President
of
Obama
shaving
had
my
left
head.
128
You guys want to see where I'm going bald? Here we go.
to fill.
Yep.
When you leave office,
Ah,
don't
you got
leave
the monk
any
cut.
judges. That's like you just
It's gonna be me.
I'm
I think I'm gonna stay this length of hair or greater for the rest of my, for a while at least. I like this.
I want to see you with it growing out. I like where this is going. Not that my opinion matters worth a damn. If you like it, great. That's all that matters.
I used to have shoulder-length hair when I was 11th grade. I looked like a fucking Irish Roman prince, just like
Oh,
curly.
I thought you were going
red.
to say Roman Reigns.
Pepper, you can be my Friar Tuck for the Robin Hood remake.
As opposed to President Trump, you have two.
Yeah, I
Just
could
be
be one of
Friar
the
Cuck.
Under this
Friar Cuck, oh no!
sicker, poorer, more
Friar
divided,
Cuck.
and more
Fuck,
violent.
dude, that's gotta be my screen name on everything.
Friar Cuck!
We inherited a recession.
Oh no!
Our
Here comes
did
Friar
lead to the
Cuck.
booming economy,
He's
and
into
he
some
caused a
shit.
recession. With regard to being weaker, the fact is that I've
Trump is a
gone
little
head-to-head
sus.
with Putin and made it clear
Oh
that
my
we're not going
God.
to take any of his stuff. He's
That could be your
Putin's
debate
puppet.
bro
He
name,
still
Friar
refuses to even
Cuck.
say anything to Putin about the bounty on the heads of American soldiers.
Your son got
And-
$3.5 million.
And by the way,
Yes, son.
Wait a minute. Mr. President,
Oh my God,
your
Biden's
campaign
saying the
agreed
Bernie line.
both sides
Saying the
would
Bernie
get
line
2
fucking
minutes.
verbatim.
Sorry, I'm gonna
Answers
do a thing real
uninterrupted.
quick.
Your side agreed to it. And
Do it, man. Do
why don't
that
you
thing.
observe what
Do
your
that
campaign agreed
thing.
to as a ground rule, okay, sir?
he never keeps his word. Can you add back,
Ah, there you go. Good one, Joe.
It's a rhetorical question.
can you
Go
add
ahead,
back
sir.
30
Never keeps
seconds
his
yet?
word.
Yes,
Good
sir, we
one.
have.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, thirdly,
Zalario.
we're poor. The billionaires
Sorry, not
have
Zalario.
gotten much
Zyros.
more wealthy by a tune of over $300 to $400 billion more just since COVID.
Don't ever-
Oh, yes, yes. Use that
Less.
sound bite,
You're
you
Yeah,
than you
that's
were
right.
before. In terms of being more violent,
My son!
when we were in office, there were 15% less violence in
My
America
son.
than there is today.
Oh shit, he's looking at
The
him.
United States, it's on his watch. And with regard to
Because he's
more
chastising
divided,
him for
the
talking
nation
shit
can't
about
stay
the
divided. We
military,
can't
which is
be
very
this way.
personal. So
And
this is where
speaking of
Righteous
my
Joe
son,
works.
The way you talk about the military, the way you talk about them being losers and being and just being suckers. My son was in Iraq. He spent a year there. He got.
Oh, he's
he
going
got
back to
the
that.
Star. He got the Conspicuous Service Medal. He was not a loser.
I'm gonna fact check this shit right
He
now.
was a patriot, and the people
Nah.
left behind there were heroes. And I resent.
Really?
Like hell.
Hunter? Are you talking about
I'm
Hunter?
talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're
I
talking
don't know.
about.
I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter
you know Bo.
Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. He
For
wasn't dishonorably.
cocaine use. And he didn't have a job until you became vice president. And once you became vice
Joe, this is not
president,
how you
he
fight
made a
that. You were doing
fortune
so
in
much better
Ukraine,
before.
In China, in Moscow,
Yeah.
That is simply
and various
not
other places.
true.
He
My
made a
son-
fortune.
My son.
And he didn't
My
have a
son.
job.
My son, like a lot of people.
My son!
Like a lot of people know at home, had a
Give me
drug
my
problem.
son!
He's
Give me back my son!
He's fixed it. He's worked on it, and I'm proud of him.
But why
I'm
was he
proud of
given
my
tens
son.
of millions
All right,
But he
dollars?
wasn't given
All right,
tens of millions of
given
dollars.
tens
That is
of
Here's a question for
totally-
Trump. Why the fuck are you talking about my
You've already
kids so
been-
much?
Totally discredited.
You want to diddle him?
Hunter Biden did do a bunch of coke and got kicked out of the Navy.
Just like Randy Orton.
God damn it.
Sandy Organ.
Hey, Randy Orton went and became a great wrestler because he knew Vince McMahon. Too bad Joe Biden's kid couldn't do that.
That is why.
Mitt Romney
He did
on
not
that
get
video
dishonorably
said he
discharged,
had
though.
more
He got a normal
True.
discharge.
Unlike Randy Orton.
talk about climate change.
But I don't want to sound like it's going to sound like I'm shitting on Biden here. The only reason that motherfucker got a non-dishonorable discharge is because he was Joe Biden's son. If that was just some random schmo in the Navy, he'd be fucked.
True.
He would lose his
Like,
fucking
why
That's
can't we
fair.
have the Klingon honor system? They don't have that. Like, you could call someone out. That is dishonorable. Ah, shit, you're right. Sorry, kid, you done fucked up. You're out.
Draggor, dishonorable discharge is a specific legal thing, though. It's not. It's not
Okay.
actually honor. It's like you were found guilty for your crime, and that is why you've been
Crystal
discharged.
clean water
Okay,
and
yes.
air. I want beautiful, clean air. We have now
He
the
said that he
lowest
I want beautiful
Overlap.
clean air.
numbers right now.
Somebody else.
We are doing
Those were my
phenomenally.
cigarettes full of
But I haven't
coke.
destroyed our
Republicans don't know what climate is. They only understand the weather. That is a fact.
Disaster from our standpoint. And
That's the thing, though.
Or they
Nepotism
pretend.
about what's going on.
Who does
Our
it?
businesses
When the
are doing
president
well.
puts
As
his
far as the
fucking
fires
kids in
are
charge of
concerned,
shit,
you
that's
need
bad.
forest management
When
in addition to
Biden
everything
puts
else.
his
The
kids,
forest
that
floors are
Hunter is
loaded
not
up with
qualified
trees,
to be
dead
a
trees that are
Ukrainian
years old and they're
diplomat.
like
He's
tinder
just some schmo. And
leaves and everything
Hunter
else.
Biden
You
himself
drop a
talks about,
cigarette and the
man, I
whole
wouldn't have
forest
this
burns
job
down.
if my
You've
last name
gotta
wasn't
have
Biden.
forest
Like, that's a
management.
real
Hey,
thing.
what do you
And the
believe
Democrats
about the
can't
science of climate
address it
change?
because they have taken
I
the wrong
believe
moral
that we have
position
to
on it.
do
They are
everything
forced
we
to
can
defense
to have
nepotism.
immaculate
And they also
air,
have to say
immaculate
that
water, and
Trump
do
is
whatever
bad when
else
he
we
does
can that's good.
nepotism,
You know, we're
but
planting
Democrats
a
are fine when
billion
they do
trees, the
nepotism.
Billion
And this is
Tree
why they
Project,
fucking lose
and it's
elections
very
all the
good.
time.
That
Because they also
human
suck less.
pollution,
They suck
gas and
less.
greenhouse gas
But they still
emissions
suck, and they have
contributes to the
a hard
global
time
warming
like
of
defending
a
it
lot
because
of things
Republicans
do,
are
but I
like,
think
fuck
to
it,
an
we
extent,
suck,
yes. I
and
think
look at
to
my
an extent,
titties.
yes.
That's how
I
much we
also
suck.
think
Like,
that-
Unfortunately, they have all the power, and we have to figure out how to get it from them.
Every
That's all.
year,
Pepper,
I get the call,
as the late great
California's
Philip
burning,
Seymour
California's
Hoffman
burning.
said
If
in the
that was
excellent
clean,
movie
if that
Twister,
were-
the
if you had
Democrats are
forest
in
management,
the
good
suck zone.
forest management, you wouldn't be getting those calls. You know, in
The
Europe,
suck
they live
zone.
their forest cities. They're called forest
Suck-
cities.
Oscar-winning
They maintain their
Philip
forests. They
Seymour
manage their
Hoffman
forests.
was in
I
a
was with the
summer
head of a
blockbuster
major country.
saying
It's a
the
forest
suck
city. He
zone
said, "Sir,
to a
we
female
have
character.
Trees that are far more. They
Oh,
ignite much
which
easier
movie is
in
that?
California.
Twister.
There shouldn't be that
Which one?
problem. I spoke with the governor
Twister,
about it.
Bill
I'm getting along very well
Paxton,
with the governor. You know, at some point,
Is he blaming California for their exploding
hundreds of
trees?
thousands of acres of land just burned to
No,
the
that's
ground.
sharks,
It's
Xander.
burning
Sharks
down
explode.
because of a lack of-
I
It's
don't
true.
mean
It's-
disparage
yes, my
titties,
my
by the way.
documentary, Disparage
Why have you rolled
Cities.
back the Obama
That's just a way to
Clean
try to
Power
like
Plan,
allude to
which
the
limited carbon
shamelessness,
emissions in
where it's
power
they
plants?
go,
Why
we
have you
suck,
relaxed-
and
Because
it's
we're
good
driving
how
energy
much we
prices
suck.
through the sky.
Actually,
If
it's
you
good that
relax
we suck.
fuel
Like that's how Republicans do it.
economy
Democrats have to
standards, they're
half-ass
gonna create more
defend against
pollution from
shittiness, but
cars.
also
Not
do
all,
the same
because what's
shittiness at the
happening
same
is the
time.
car is much less
Which kneecaps
expensive
them.
and
That's
it's
why
a
they can't
much
fucking win
safer car,
elections.
And you're talking about a tiny
Sharks
difference.
explode
And
to
that's what
attract
happened
snakes.
because of the
Honorable.
cost of the car. You would have at least double and triple the number of cars purchased. We have the old slugs.
See,
out
it's
there
like
that are 10, 12 years old. If you did
Haid
that, the
Foxon
car would be
says. He wasn't
safer,
dishonorably
it would be much
discharged,
cheaper,
but he
by
wasn't like,
$3,500.
good
They
job
simply
discharged
Take a lot of
either.
cars off the market because people would be able to
Neutrally
afford a car.
discharged. He's
Who
like,
Who
This might be
cares?
mutually
And by the way,
beneficial
we'll
if
see
you
how that
just
turns
leave
out.
now.
But a lot of
He
people
was
agree with me.
discharged
Many
the same
people.
way I
The
exited
car
the
has
public
gotten
school
so
system.
expensive because they have computers.
Well,
all
wait a
over the
minute.
place.
You exited
coke.
the public school.
Hold
system
Hold
with far
on.
more
Trump is
honor.
talking about expensive cars because of
And electric
computers.
cars, too. I think I'm all for
I didn't do
electric cars.
coke. I
give
just
a big
was
incentive for
gay,
electric
so I was
cars.
fired.
But what they've done
But
in
not
California is
fired.
just crazy.
I voluntarily
I'd like you to
resigned.
respond to-
Voluntarily
to
resigned with
fired.
the deal, right?
Change record, but I also want to
Huh?
ask you about a concern. You
Didn't you
proposed
get, like,
$2 trillion in
some-
green jobs.
I got a bunch of money out of it 'cause I had a lawyer. If I didn't have a lawyer, I would've gotten fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I had a lawyer that my union appointed me. I cannot afford a fucking lawyer. I was given a lawyer, and he was like, cool, dude. Instead of nada, you get 8 months pay.
Oh, now we're gonna talk about climate change when none of the voters fucking care. I care, but
If in
well,
fact, when
ugh.
during our administration, the Recovery Act, I was in charge. able to
I don't
bring
think
down
any.
the cost
I really
of
don't
renewable
think
energy
climate change
to
is gonna
cheaper
change
than
any
or as
votes.
cheap as coal and
No,
gas.
it's the most
People
important
are
issue, but we're not even gonna.
Stupid and
we're not even gonna do it.
uneducated.
It's important. That's the worst part. Just people don't give a shit. I don't
It's
know what to
important,
say.
And it's not. There's no way for an individual to actually track the change or voting for the policy or anything to the actual effect.
Because
It's actually very hard
capitalism-
for a human brain to do it.
Yeah, it's true. You're not wrong. And you don't feel it
So, like,
as
they
immediately.
say shitty, stupid people, and that's just fucking wrong. I'm just angry and drunk. But
us to take 4 million buildings and make sure that they, in fact, are weatherized.
oh shit! Biden almost tripped up and said
They'll emit
$22 an hour.
significantly less gas and oil because the heat will not be going out. There's so many things that we can do now to create thousands and thousands of jobs. We can get to net zero in terms of energy.
Yeah, if you
production
track-
by 2035.
All right,
Not
what
only not
is in
costing
like in
people
our
jobs,
lifetimes of
creating
being
jobs,
adults?
creating millions of
What
good
is
paying
a piece of
jobs,
legislature
not
that is
$15 an hour,
passed
but for
that
minimum wage, by having a new
is
infrastructure
forward
that, in
thinking
fact,
on a
is
level that is
green.
hard for
And the
humans to
first thing
grasp.
I will rejoin the
On
Paris
a level
Accord.
that's hard
I will
for
join
humans
the
to
Paris
grasp?
I keep
Like,
hearing
climate change is
the
hard.
Iran deal
all
was
falling
fucking
apart.
huge.
And talk about
And,
someone who has no relationship.
it's hard to
with
argue
foreign
with it,
policy.
honestly.
Brazil,
the nuclear deal.
rainforests
Right.
in Brazil are being
Yeah.
torn down, are being ripped
People don't
up.
I
care
feel
about
like
that.
that one has
More
tangible
carbon is
things because
absorbed in that
people, like,
rainforest
we
than
have
every bit of
recorded
carbon is
history of
emitted
what
in the United
happens when
States.
you use them,
Instead
and
of
we've made them
doing
bigger
something about
since.
that, I
So
would be
there is
gathering
the
up and making
tangible,
sure we had the
oh yeah, they
countries of the
really
world
can
coming
erase
up
us
with
off the
$20
map. There's
billion
nothing we
say,
can do about
"Here's
it.
$20 billion. Stop.
Whereas climate change
Stop.
has, much like
tearing down
this
forest.
pandemic,
And if you don't, then you're gonna
getting
have
it right will look
significant
like an overreaction.
economic
So what's something where we did it anyway
That
and didn't
President
feel
Trump
like we
basically says
overreacted?
That you have to balance
The answer might be
environmental
nothing.
interests and economic
Yeah.
interests, and he's drawn
But
his
like, I
line.
hope there's something.
Well, he hasn't
The
drawn a
nuclear
line.
deal's
He's still,
close.
for
I would
example,
definitely
make sure
do
He
that.
wants to make sure that
Yeah, 'cause nobody
methane is not
cares.
a problem. You can now emit more methane without it being a problem. Methane. This is a guy who says that you don't have to have mileage standards for automobiles that exist now. This is a guy who says that. Well, the fact is,
Honestly, gay marriage
it's
happening, I
all
can't
true. And here's the
Talking
discount
about the
that.
Green New Deal, and it's not 2 billion
I'm
or
t-
20 billion, as you said. It's $100 trillion.
I'm talking about
Where they want to rip
Biden-
down
Biden-
Go for a
buildings
minute, and then you can go.
and rebuild the building.
No,
It's the
that is
dumbest,
not-
most
that
ridiculous.
is not-
Where airplanes are out of business,
That's it.
where two-car systems are out, where they
Not
want
true.
to take out the cows too.
Not
That's not
true.
true either, right?
Not
this is
true.
this is a 100
Simply-
trillion.
look,
That's more money than our
is-
country could make in
that is
100
simply
years if we're
not
going.
the case.
All right, let me,
It will
let
The
me-
funny
let me-
thing-
because I actually, wait a minute, sir. I
They
actually
say
You can
no.
fall asleep and forget how the goddamn Hoover Dam was some shit we just built for no reason because our economy was shitty and we need to get out of depression. Did everybody forget how all the national park trails were these random fuckers who were just hired for basically, quote,
Hey,
no reason?
hey, Pepper.
quote,
People
no
don't
reason?
people
Just
people
go
don't
through
teach
and
history.
You just pay people to do shit, and that improves the economy because now they have money to buy shit, and that improves the economy even more.
Yeah.
Does no one listen? How does me, the socialist, know more about how capitalism is supposed to work than the
Because you
fucking
know
capital-
history. If you know
Because,
history, you wouldn't be a
Pepper,
capitalist unless
Yeah,
you can
and
benefit
it's-
from it.
It's the same reason
Wow, I
why
can't believe all these
why
people with
most
no money aren't buying
Look how
anything.
much we're paying now to deal with the
it's the
hurricanes,
same
to
reason
deal with-
why
by the way, he has an
anyone
answer for
who
hurricanes. He
is
said, maybe we
a
should drop a nuclear weapon on them
debates
and they
religion
may-
atheist knows
That's
far
right.
more
Made it
about
up.
the religious source
and-
text
Oh,
than
yeah.
most of the believers.
We're going
Oh, I
to
can
be in a
Bible
position
quote
where
better than most
we can
Christians.
create
Absolutely.
hard,
And they believe in
good
Jesus.
jobs by
That's kinda
making
fucked
sure
up.
The environment is clean.
Anyway, sorry.
Are in better shape.
Don't say sorry for that.
Billions of dollars
Whatever.
now.
It's fucking
Billions
shameful.
of dollars
Well,
on
I don't want to.
floods,
I don't want to shit on
hurricanes,
all
rising
Christians
seas.
because about
We're in
5% of them are
trouble.
good people.
Look what's happening just in the Midwest
Those
with
are the
these
people I don't want to
storms
piss
that come
off
through
too
and
much.
wipe out entire
Yeah, well,
sections and
they should be
counties
aware
around.
of
They didn't have
Oh, they're aware.
because of
Oh, believe me, the 5% of cool Christians are very aware of the other 95% of shitty Christians.
We, in fact, but the rest of the world, we got to get them to
Boss
come
Asor,
along.
every
That's why
time
we
someone
have to
asks
get
me why I'm
back
an atheist,
into-
I respond with, I
into
read the Bible.
Gentlemen,
Wait a minute, Chris. So why didn't he do it for 47 years? You were vice president. Why didn't you get the world? China sends up.
Like I
real
said, the
dirty into
Unitarians
Russia does,
hang out with the
India does.
Universal
Unitarians.
Unitarian.
They're pretty
Fuck
cool.
yeah.
Supposed to be good. And by the way,
Half the
you made a
Lutherans.
couple of
There's some cool
statements.
Lutherans.
The Green New Deal is $100 trillion.
That is not
Said China,
plan.
drink. I agree, Erno.
Well, you want to rebuild every building.
I forget
You wanna
which
rebuild every
sect
building.
the family was growing up. I probably talked about this before, but they were a religious household, and the one day we were over, the mom had a cooking apron that is maybe the funniest fucking religious thing I've seen, and it said, "Have you hugged a Presbyterian today?"
I would never say that.
Play it.
go ahead. Mr. Vice President.
Go ahead.
I don't,
Answered
that can be. I don't want to say these are the same thing, but we were at Arizona Pride, and they're handing out, and there were the Mormons handing out stickers that say like, "I hugged a Mormon," and I'm like, guys, this is fucking propaganda. We're getting propagandized at. The Mormon Church has not made any policy changes that accept the gays. They want you to join so you get their fucking money. Like this
Oh my
is
god,
come
this
on.
shit show is about to end. I just realized that.
Yeah, we're almost done, yo.
Pardon me?
Do you support
No, I don't support the Green New Deal.
You don't? Oh, well, that's a big statement.
Oh, that's a big statement. Yeah.
I support.
No, it's not. Not if you can read, you fucking idiot.
The Biden plan, which is different than.
But everyone knows Trump can't read, so it is a big statement for him. This is fun.
Election integrity. As we meet tonight, millions of Americans are receiving mail-in ballots or going to vote early. How confident should we be that this will be a fair election? And what are you prepared to do over the next 5+ weeks? Because it'll not only be to Election Day, but also counting some ballots, mail-in ballots after Election Day. What are you prepared to do to reassure the American people that the next president will be the legitimate winner?
Trump's about to delegitimize election entirely right now.
Prepared to let people vote.
Is this going to be my shot moment? It might be.
You are going to do so much alcohols right now.
Which they're going to vote. His own
Wow, it sucks.
It's a shot when the president undermines democracy.
They are going to call states early. They're going to say we have the votes. That's already been called. That is bullshit. All these ballots that are coming on are bullshit. They're going to delegitimize vote tallies. Fuck. I hope you all are ready for this shit.
Number one. Number two.
You know what we would say on the left? We would say that, oh look, electoralism has failed. Perhaps it's time for the revolution.
Well, until people man, I don't know what it's gonna take, man. I don't know what to tell you, especially in a pandemic.
I do not want any person to hurt any other person. However, property is not people, and holy shit, the thing that has gotten the most concrete change done over the summer was burning down the goddamn 3rd precinct in Minneapolis. That shit got changed right away. It didn't take
because the people in control went, oh, they realize there's more of them than us. Fuck.
From being able
exactly.
To determine the outcome of this
election. I don't think we should have to burn shit down, but wow.
I'm not going to lose sleep over
that will be accepted
property being lost.
Oh, me either. I don't give a shit.
I am going to lose sleep over Breonna Taylor getting murdered. I'm going to lose sleep over George Floyd getting murdered.
None of the bricks or mortar or drywall had to make a call to their drywall relatives to say, hey, our fucking kid died. That didn't happen. Because they aren't people. It's printers, copiers, papers, and
years. Is it going to change? You get 4 more years of these lies.
The day I came.
So when I listened to Joe talking about a transition,
oh no, he gets the worst. He gets the last word.
I won that election, and if you look
he's
at
the president, so I guess
if you look
so.
at all of the different people. There was no transition because they came after me trying to do a coup. They came after
trying to do a coup. You're gonna do a fucking coup, you idiot.
And even before I won, from the day I came down the escalator with our first lady, they were a disaster. They were a disgrace to our country, and we've caught them. We've caught them all.
They know they don't have the military backing, so they're going to try the legal backing.
You better take a look at that.
They're talking about how Trump kind of sort of voted in New York and Florida, which means he should go to jail.
About a free transition. As far as the
I mean,
are concerned, it's
for
a disaster.
better reasons than that, but yeah, they caught Capone because of tax evasion, so like,
you're asking, they send
fuck.
it back, you send it back.
Capone did not serve the rich, which is why he got actually punished.
You ready for Trump to shit all over the election?
They found some with the name
it's happening right now,
yeah. Have the name Trump just the other day in a waste paper basket. They're being sent all
Manhattan?
over the place.
Isn't that your fucking hometown?
Yeah.
Is he complaining about advertising?
This is going to be a fraud like you've never seen.
He's complaining about advertising.
November 3rd, you're watching and you see who won the election. And I think we're going to do well.
He says they're losing 30% of ballots.
But you know what?
Damn, that would be a problem if that was a thing that was actually happening.
Ballots are going to be all over. Take a look at what happened in Manhattan.
Yeah, he's predicting what he's going to make happen.
Virginia and other places. They're not losing.
People always ask what radicalizes people, and like I'm already pretty radical, but watching this just makes it stronger.
It's because you're already in the mindset, though. You're already ready to receive the message as it is.
You have to have your ballot
no,
by November 10th.
Other people see this genuinely as like a 50-50.
7 days after the election,
fuck
in
'em.
theory, should have been announced.
Okay.
We
Man,
have
I grew up with
states
boring
like that.
politics.
All run by
They
Democrats.
How do I
Democrats.
how do I have
President
so
Trump's a
little
rigged
love and
election.
care for my fellow humans based on
You have
an
been charging
Ah.
from mail-in balloting is going to be a disaster. You
If
say
anybody
it's
listening
rigged,
is
that it's gonna
finding
lead
trying to figure out a
fraud.
reason to join
In
leftism,
2018,
not
in the last
liberalism,
midterm
that's the
election,
Democrats.
41 million people
Leftism, it's because
voted
materially they
mail-in
have shit to
voting.
fucking offer
That
you.
was
Health care,
more than a
better
quarter of all
pay,
the voters
worker
that year
rights,
cast their
not getting
ballots by
fired because
mail.
you're Mexican or
Now
some
that
dumb
millions
shit.
of mail-in ballots have gone out. What are you going to do about it? And are you counting on
Good
the
points,
Supreme
too, dear.
Court,
If it's all run
including
by
Justice
Democrats,
Barrett,
how is he
to
president?
settle any dispute?
Yeah, I
'Cause he's
think
that
we
good.
need
Not
to look at the
left,
ballots,
but
definitely.
gosh, he's
Oh,
the closest thing we got right
actually,
now.
the answer is because the
In terms of the election
electoral
itself.
process is
But for the
completely
ballots, I think
broken,
so.
and the electoral
Because
college is
what's
just
happening
terrible.
is incredible. I just heard,
Don't
I
say
read
broken,
today
'cause
where
that
at
shit's on
least
purpose.
1% of
Yep.
the ballots for
It
2016
is by
were
design to benefit some
invalidated.
people and
They
hurt
take them,
others.
we don't
I
like 'em,
know.
we don't like 'em. They
like
throw 'em out.
Bossasaur says, I want boring politics again so I can focus on things like video games and anime. And I'm sitting there going like, correct. Politics should carry like
You go and
zero
vote
social
like they used to.
currency other than they're like,
You either do,
oh,
Chris,
you
a
signed up
solicited
for a
ballot where
shitty
you're
thing for the
sending
good of
it in, they're
people.
sending it back, and you're
Thanks.
sending-
I
Like,
wish I
that
didn't have to
should be
pay
it.
attention to this shit.
Did you see what's going on? Take a look at West Virginia mailmen selling the ballots.
Thank you, Werner.
I think it's
They're
part of
being
the
sold. They're
The
being
fact that
dumped
people
in
are so
rivers.
uninvolved.
This is a horrible thing for
We
our
all talk about how
country.
local
This is
politics is
not-
like the thing that
this is
affects you
not
way more
going
than the
to
presidency,
end
because it's
well.
true. But goddamn, if people can't care about national politics, ain't nobody give a shit about who their city councilman is.
Decade or
Well,
more.
and
Until
that segues right back
suddenly-
into
And you
capitalism
don't have to
creates
validate
so
sent
you
to
don't have the
It's sent
desire
to
to
your
spend an
home.
ounce of
What
your
we're
free
saying
time
is-
on
they're
something
saying
that's
is
so
it has to be a
unfun.
postmark
You don't have time
by
to
the
do it.
time by election
You
day.
either
True,
don't have
true,
time, or
Draggor.
the time you have
7th, 8th, 9th,
is
still
for
should
you
be
and
For
your
money.
one life,
Just
and you better have a
afraid
little bit of
counting
joy in it,
votes.
otherwise you're going to burn out.
Yes.
I want to continue with you on this.
That's why
Vice President
consumerism
Biden,
is such the lead thing.
Excuse me. Vice President
What is
Biden,
happening
the
right
biggest
now?
problem, in
I
fact,
want
over
Biden
the
to win,
years with
but at the same time, I
mail-in
don't.
voting
No,
has
well,
not
I
been
do. I
flawed
don't want to put any
historically.
caveat on
It
that.
has
Biden
been
should
that
win. I want him to
substantial
win.
numbers, sometimes hundreds of thousands of ballots are thrown
Quote me
out.
on that
You
shit.
are
They
uncomfortable
have
with the
not been
fact that
properly
Biden
filled
winning
out, or there is some
reinforces
other
negative
irregularity
aspects of the
that
Democratic
is
Party.
The deadline. So the
Yes,
question I have
Biden
is,
winning,
are
the
you
lesson they will
concerned
take is,
that the
oh, we
Supreme
can win
Court,
with
the
boring
Justice
moderates. Let's run
will settle
moderates
any
till the
dispute.
end of
I'm
fucking
concerned
time,
that any
because that helps
court
us
will
Yeah.
lose, because
financially.
here's the deal.
After this
When you
ends,
what we'll
I
have.
want to reinforce
When you
that
get a ballot
a
and
rant
you fill it
I
out,
have
You're
for
supposed to have an
combating that.
affidavit. If you didn't
Let's
know,
hear their
someone
closing
say
statements in
This
that.
is me. You
Yeah,
should
absolutely.
be able to, if in fact
Gray
you can
Fox says that they
verify
find
that's
joy
you
in the
when
form of
before
10
the
milligram
ballot is
gummies.
thrown out,
Yeah.
that's sufficient to be able.
I'm
to
glad
count
that's
the
legal.
ballot.
Democrats did
Someone
that
made the
shit.
mistake
Just think
and
about
not
that.
done
Maybe,
the correct
maybe.
No,
Or they
Democrats are
pushed
the
it
first
off.
to
Say
cede the
who they voted
point.
for,
They didn't want it either because they were
Dude.
owned by drug companies.
That's why we have a Democrat governor right now. Is because of weed.
And swamping the system.
To get rid of fucking
You know
that
it,
asshole
and
we had.
already
All
it's
right,
been
so now
fraud.
Arizona, the only fun thing we get to
Ronner.
vote
Bruce Ronner.
November.
in 8 states. We can
If you're in Arizona and listen to this,
In
you
8
fucking better
states,
vote
election
Prop
workers
207
are
yes.
prohibited
It is legal weed.
currently
It is the
by
only
law.
fun
8
thing you get to
states
vote for this
from
November.
even beginning to process
Shit.
Do it.
ballots, even take them out of the envelopes and
Yes.
flatten them until Election Day. That means that it's likely, because there's going to be a huge increase in mail-in balloting, that we are not going to know on election night who the winner is, that it could be days, it could be weeks.
Could be months.
Until we find out.
Ah, there it is.
the new
Could be
president is.
months.
So
He wants to keep this forever and never end, and then he will always be president.
That's what I said before the show. Is we gonna say?
Will you urge your
Could be
supporters
months. You,
to stay calm
he's fucking
during
setting it up.
this extended period, not to
You-
engage in
he's
civil
fucking setting it
unrest?
up.
And will you pledge tonight that you will not
to
declare
watch-
victory
fuck you.
until
Whoa.
the election has been independently certified? President Trump?
Independently?
By
By who, the UN?
You shitty fucking garbage people are what challenge my notion of being a pacifist.
As you know today,
Because you get killed, and then that's it.
They went in to watch. They're called poll watchers. A very
Sorry.
safe, very nice thing. They
Don't
were
be
thrown
sorry,
out.
it's
They weren't
completely
allowed to
right.
watch.
Yeah.
You know why?
Sorry, I'm a
Because
little bit
bad
like
things happen in
Amos.
Philadelphia. Bad things. I am urging.
Fuck yeah.
I am
You know
urging
I
my
am.
people. I hope it's going to be a fair election. If it's a fair
You're urging
election,
them what?
I am 100% on board. But if I see tens of thousands of ballots
Oh,
being
loser ballots.
manipulated, I can't
Military
go along with
ballots.
that. And I'll tell you what.
Sucker and loser ballots, I understand.
I'll tell you what it means. It means you have a fraudulent election. You're sending
there it is.
They're not equipped to. These people aren't equipped to.
Said this before. That was Trump's answer to that question.
They cheat. They cheat. Hey, they found ballots in a waste paper basket 3 days ago, and they all
Here
had
it
the name
comes.
military
Here's
ballots. They were
all the
military.
shit.
They all had the name Trump on them.
Vice
You
President
think
Biden.
that's good?
Jesus
Vice
Christ.
President
Here it
Biden,
comes.
question
This
to
is for
you. Will you
QAnon.
urge your supporters to stay calm while the vote is
Biden's
counted,
only messing
and
up a
will
couple
you
of
pledge
words.
not
The
to
military,
declare
they've been
victory
voting
until the
by
election is
ballots
independently
since the
certified?
Civil War.
Yes, and here's the deal.
It's like, you mean mail-in ballots, but I understand. I got it.
Yeah.
Some of these ballots in some states can't even be opened until Election Day. And if there's thousands
True.
of ballots,
Mail-in
it's gonna
ballots,
take time
fuck
to
that.
do it.
I
And
want
by the way,
female-in
military,
ballots.
They've been voting by
God damn it,
ballots
Pepper.
since at the end of the Civil War.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm
and
kidding.
That's what's going to happen.
Why do they
is it
call him
not-
Vice
why is it
President
for
Biden?
them
Is it like
somehow
the
not
champ
fraudulent?
with
It's the
fucking Mike
same
Tyson? You
process.
got to call him
It's
Vice
honest.
President for the
No
rest of
one
his
has
life? Is that how it
established
actually
at all
works?
That there is
Is that the
fraud
etiquette?
related to mail-in ballots. That
It's just
somehow a
Mr.
fraudulent
Biden.
process.
It's already
Mr.
been established.
Biden.
Take a look at
Twitch streamer Biden.
You had an
Twitch,
opportunity.
streamer Biden.
Podcaster Biden. I subscribe to his
Here's what
stupid
he's talking about.
podcast.
Here's the
Goddamn it.
deal. The fact is, I will accept it, and he will too. You know why?
Oh, they say it is how it works. I mean, I
once
believe
the
it.
winner is declared after all the ballots are counted. All the
That
votes
was
are
a
counted,
joke.
that'll be the
I
end of it.
listened to his
That'll
shit.
be the end of it. And if it's me, in fact, fine. If it's not me, I'll support the outcome.
I'm kind of happy that
And
the
I'll be
last
a
thing Trump got to
president
say was,
just for
well, and then they cut him off.
Democrats and Republicans. And this guy,
cut.
I want to see honest ballot cut.
Gentlemen, you say that's
YouTube
the end
Red
of
member
this is the end of
Biden.
this debate.
YouTube Red member Biden.
To be
Look,
continued as
verified Twitter user
go on.
Biden, your response.
Vice President Biden, it's been an interesting hour and a half. I want to thank you both for participating.
Fuck you.
In the first of 3 debates.
Until then,
that
fuck
you've
you.
agreed to
Yeah.
engage in.
Thank you,
We wanna
thank you,
thank
Shukin,
Case
for
Western
subscribing.
Reserve University
Thank you,
and the
Shukin.
Cleveland Clinic for
Okay,
hosting this
so I'm going into this rant,
debate, sponsored by the
and it's
Commission
as
on
follows.
Presidential Debates.
Hey,
It will be
I'm
gonna
anyone
pause-
who is
October 7th.
I'm gonna.
salty over Bernie not getting it, that is fine. That's a very valid thing to feel. But you have to keep in mind that Bernie getting any amount of time that he's gotten over the past, like 4.5, 5 years, is insane and is awesome in its own right. It's a great progressive push that he was able to get that message out as much as he did, even if he didn't win. And our job in these elections, and especially the in-between, the locals, everywhere, if you want to vote for someone like Bernie, that means you have to have those people in all of the lower rungs of the political system. You have to get your grassroots progressives in when they're in their early 20s running for something. AOC is fantastic, and I love that she did what she did, but she's an outlier. You have to get the AOCs in that aren't going to get TV time. You have to get the AOC. You have to get the Bernie Sanders in when they're in their 20s and 30s. And that's what that
Draggor.
blue wave is about. That's what we need. So when the next Democratic primary happens, instead of having 1.5 socialists to pick from, half of them are socialists.
Draggor, you remember what AOC had to face this year for her re-election, right? Which is a Democratic challenger who was a huge moderate that the Democratic establishment pumped millions and millions of dollars into.
And they got
Rashida
crushed.
Tlaib. Rashida Tlaib's thing.
Well,
It's
wait,
not.
They got
It's
crushed,
not
right?
progressives fighting Republicans. It is progressives fighting the Democratic establishment.
Hold on.
But,
They got crushed,
party that's
right?
supposed to be supporting them. So it is not just vote in your favorite progressive. I'm doing the Bernie hand. It's not just vote in your favorite progressive candidates. It's that you must defeat the Democrats to force them to reckon with progressives to the point where they have no choice but to cater to you.
Yes,
And if that
this is not
doesn't
about
work-
changing minds. It's about get the numbers so they don't have a choice.
I have a counterpoint. The person who challenged AOC got crushed, even with all the millions of dollars. So once they
Yeah.
get in, they will
Yes.
keep
Same
voting
thing
them
with fucking
in.
Markey, Ed
because
Malarkey.
Ed Malarkey.
Ed Malarkey.
So
fucker got it.
Here's what I'm saying.
Campaign against them from our own side as hard as they can. Continue, Xander. Sorry.
I know this from Freakonomics, which is a very, let me tell you this, is a very pro-capitalist podcast. But I'll tell you this, what I've learned from it is money doesn't matter as much in politics anymore because the social network and the landscape is so much different now that money in politics doesn't matter as much. In fact, the last election proved that. Yeah.
Can I give an asterisk to that, a clarifying asterisk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Money as far as advertising doesn't matter, but once you have an elected official, money that directly benefits that individual is a tempting corruption avenue that needs to be more firmly regulated and actually, upheld when it happens.
Oh, hell
Draggor,
yeah.
you're talking about donors, like how donors influence policy. Well, I think Xander is talking about how donors influence elections.
Well, I was saying more of, I get that what he was saying. I just wanted to make clear for anyone listening, like that's the dividing line.
Oh, absolutely.
Once you're elected, money in politics is still a massive problem. But as far as advertising, like grassroots will beat money.
Are you kidding? Money in politics is the problem. It's Democrats are mostly still backed by the big donors. Right, exactly what you're saying. And until we win more elections, they will not have a reason to ignore the big donors. And unfortunately,
the first half of that is winning elections, but the second half of that is removing all of the people in those elections who are beholden to the large powers, which really means voting out the entire Democratic Party as it stands now and replacing them with, quote, the squad.
Yeah, the squad. What was the Netflix thing? Storm the House or bullshit?
They are not supported by the Democratic establishment. I think people underestimate the power of the Democratic establishment because you remember in 2019 when we were all saying, holy shit, who the fuck would ever vote for Joe Biden? What an asshole. Like, he's fine as the vice president, but why is this dick even running? Don't run, Joe Biden.
I think that attitude is more local to us.
I agree with Draggor. He was still the Obama guy. I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah.
Grandpa Joe and all that charisma. If you're not already a lefty, there were a lot of people going, why isn't Joe Biden running? That really was the attitude.
Here's the thing, is people don't realize sometimes we get in our spaces. I hate to say this, like, we are all, okay, I don't know if this is going to change any votes. I hope it does, but who knows? I'm voting for Joe and blah blah blah. But what my point is, we are in such a fucking, especially in pandemic, we are so disassociated from each other now that I don't know if we can influence each other's votes as much. And like we're trying to do it right now, and I am drunk, so I don't know.
Everybody is voting Biden. If you're watching this shit right now and you're voting Trump. Like, wow.
Dude, we might have some some viewers that like watch us that might, we don't know. Who knows?
Well, really, it's voters who might not vote at all. And we do want you to go vote.
True.
Yes.
It's like we were talking about before. It's not about changing people's minds. It's about encouraging people who would not vote at all to vote.
Obama didn't really change anyone's minds. Yeah. He got people that had never cast a vote before to do it, whether or not they had the opportunity before to do it.
Agree. Absolutely.
Like every 22-year-old and up, that vote, like every 22 to 32-year-old or math, whatever, every 22-year-old to every 34-year-old that voted for Obama, there's a strong statistical likelihood that was their first election they participated in.
And if you vote for Obama and the message is hope and change, and then it hits reality where like Democrats is like, hey, here's the Democratic platform, maybe government sometimes, and here's a Republican platform, no government ever. And the middle between 0 and 100 is 50, and 50 usually dies in a bucket, and usually isn't enough to get the funding to get the job done. And then Republicans say, see, it didn't work. This is why government can't take care of things.
Oh yeah, they sabotage their own programs so they can point to them and go, "This program didn't work."
Yep.
And it's like, yes, of course.
Yeah.
You've been sabotaging it. Your entire administration, of course, it didn't work.
So Hope and Change was an amazing, like, message and stuff, but they don't realize that Republicans literally voted against every single fucking thing, and they will, and we have to realize that. They only respect power.
Remember that with Obama came specific policies, or at least ideas, that would materially help people who are very, very poor. He brought up how he was going to make healthcare at least cheaper. I'm not going to pretend that Obama was like universal healthcare for everyone, because he was not. That wasn't even the thing.
He tried to get something through.
Crazy. Yeah, he offered something for people for healthcare. He offered something for every single college kid. He talked a lot about how he was going to make college free. That shit never happened. But
let me tell you, as someone who paid attention to politics at the time, it's like bill goes through, bill gets rejected. Okay, back to the drawing board. Bill goes through, bill gets rejected. It's like and then they like, okay, we'll try this, which was originally a Republican plan, as you had said, with Obamacare. Yeah, Obamacare. Romney care.
What we have is Romney care.
Yeah, it is Romney care.
Obamacare was fucking better. Obamacare would have been halfway or kind of to universal, like, single payer shit. We got Romney care, which is still better than no care. No care was really shitty. We all lived through no care, right? Remember the 90s?
We're living through no care right now.
No care, yeah, absolutely.
Obamacare is still better than nothing. I don't want to act like it isn't.
Let me understand, just so people know. Trump has zero plan right now, and he says it'll happen, and he just wants to cancel this shit and then just pretend like it never happened, and then, walk off stage like he usually does. And so you will have no health care.
Okay, I do kind of want to lean in.
Go ahead.
For anyone watching any of what we're doing, sincerely, like,
especially the after show,
we don't expect to change minds.
Yeah.
But the main thing that the three of us really lean into is we understand what we as a human race can produce. We are the most advanced as a species we have ever been, and that continues to keep going. So why not throw money at healthcare, at education, at clothing, and housing? We genuinely want life for every other human being to be better. No, you have to earn it, bar. We're here. Let's make it better for everyone. That's
we can literally make it happen.
We believe. And there's like the people that tell you can't, they're the ones that have the money that just don't want to lose the money. We literally can do it.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It costs whatever.
Literally, like, Jeff Bezos would take a few zeros out of his paycheck, and they will not buy one more yacht, and people's lives will be better.
What you just said there, Xander,
Yes.
I am very much like every police officer today has probably gone through training that is not adequate for the job at hand. So when I say I want every police officer today to lose their jobs, correct. Because I think them and that job is going to cause more harm to innocent people than if they didn't do it. I do not want those people to lose their houses. I do not want those people to not be able to eat. I want them and their families to be able to continue to live and not fucking kill people. That's what I want. I want every Republican out of office and almost every establishment Democrat out of office. I do not want them to have to worry about their lives or their loved ones' lives. I mean that sincerely.
Mm-hmm.
This is the change we want.
It's true.
We don't want to punt, like, all right, yes, I have the, wouldn't it be some fun vengeance if someone got some comeuppance? Yes. But brass tacks, if I had to pick between helping humanity and getting a bit of vengeance, fuck the vengeance. It's not worth it.
No, it's not. Yeah, absolutely.
It'll feel good in the moment, and then you have to live with the fact that you didn't help humanity. You didn't help the reason why you're here.
True. No, very true.
So, like, we do these debate watches. It's not, fuck the Republicans. Like, we're jerking off to hating the other side. We're laughing and frustrated that we could have a better world, but people choose not to.
It's true. We're having a lot of middle of roaders who are like stuck in a situation where it's like, well, like, how do I say this? There are a lot of people who are like, I have to pay my bills. What's that? What's that, Pepper?
You got to think about what the average American actually cares about. I mean, the reason, if you remove, I know it's a big ask.
Being able to pay rent and groceries.
Campaign. Imagine removing all the racist parts, sexist parts, all the parts that are like red flaggy, like this is people who voted for Trump, at least to some degree, the amount of people that got him elected, they've been looking around at federal electoral politics, and what actually seems to move people is material change in their lives.
Absolutely.
Trump did not provide these material changes except to his base, which are the ultra rich. The tax break he got through, he fucking came through for those fuckers. They absolutely got his campaign promise, which was, I will reduce taxes for the very, very rich. And holy shit, he got that done. He made it happen for them. Now, if we talk about material change from the left side of the world, if we talk about improving worker pay, increasing worker protections, a Green New Deal, health care for everyone, like there's a shit ton of these. You can just pick one. That can win an election. People voted for Obama because he said, I'm going to take your student loans down, I'm going to take your health care bill down, all this shit. Like various bills you have, working people, broke motherfuckers, your bills are going down. That makes people want to vote for you, even if you are lying when you say it, which I say is evidenced by the current president. He only had, hey, I will drain the swamp. And people were like, holy shit, I've been voting for so many years, and these same rich assholes keep being in control of everything. So they voted for him. All I'm saying is, Biden, get out there and tell a lie. Tell me you are going to fix healthcare. Tell me that shit will be free next year, no matter what. Lie to me, and I will get my ass out there and I will knock on doors for you. And he won't do it because he needs money from the healthcare industry. Like, all the complaints the Republicans have about the Democrats, they aren't necessarily false. And the Democrats just kind of sit there and go like, deplorables, and then move on. And they don't address the shit people actually want them to do.
Let me be 100% honest with everyone here. We are not the target demographic for votes. It's old fucks who are retired and are not going to work. If you are going to work right now, you are not being dependent on to vote. It's the best way I can put it right now.
I don't give a shit if you die.
Yeah. So, well, that's a weird part that we are in, because we are in a pandemic that affects the elderly more than others. Obviously, it affects everyone. But I'm drunk. I'm sorry, guys. That's all I got.
I'm drunk, too. I can go for several hours about how the various reasons I don't trust the Democrats.
Loaded question for you, Pepper.
Please.
There you go.
Do you
Fucking
want to talk
vote.
about the idea that you presented to us that we put a name to for this debate watch?
I'm with Deer. I'm a Stu Deer. Fucking vote. Here's my. Can I do a super mini rant? This is just my take, guys.
We all get one.
I love the ideas of third parties. Unfortunately, they've rigged the system in the fact that they've made it a two-party system, and they just don't want to tell us that, but they fucking have.
Xander, what happens? What happens if a third party wins the majority of electoral votes, but not over 50% of them? What happens, Xander?
They get more representation, but I just don't think that's.
No. I'm saying
no. He means the actual presidential election. They don't get a majority, but they win the lead. What happens? What does our Constitution
votes. They get
say?
the most electoral votes, but they don't get over 270. What happens?
I'm too drunk for this question right now.
The Senate. The Senate or Congress, yeah, they decide the president. And guess what? Are they going to choose a fucking Green Party person? Hell no. They're going to choose a Democrat or a Republican because they're all one of those.
Yeah. I don't know how we get out of that. And we are in this We are in this quagmire. We are in dystopia. We are in the future Shadowrun universe, just a shittier version. I hope you realize that, because we are. Do you agree, guys?
Corporations, baby.
It is. Corporations, big fucking dragons who are idiots who think they're awesome. Trump is a dragon with a hairpiece. Like in Shadowrun, right?
I didn't even. 'Tis I. It was fuck the dragons.
Didn't mean to make him sexy. Sorry.
I wish.
At least
if it was sexy dragons running us, I could be like, well, capitalism sucks, but at least you get to like fuck a dragon sometimes. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Oh God. I don't know. Somehow Shadowrun. They said
I would be comfortable. Would I be comfortable? I would not have anywhere near the level of vitriol I have if I could just live my life, do furry stuff. Honestly, if I didn't have to make a paycheck, I probably would put my tech skills towards space exploration, because I've always looked to the stars. Always, always, always.
I've seen The Expanse. I see how that goes.
Bullshit.
I'm kidding.
I would work on the VR so I could fuck things that can't exist in VR, and I'd work on space exploration. That's what I would do if I didn't have to make money.
People ask, what's your sexuality? And I say, I want to fuck things that do not exist.
Oh.
That's what pansexual should really mean. I only want to fuck imaginary things.
I want to fuck
Welcome to my life,
the God
Pepper.
Pan.
Draggor, I think me and you have the same level of like quasi asexuality. Where
I've been outright identifying as demi/ace for a couple years now, and it is the most comfortable I have felt with myself that I can remember.
Meanwhile, I'm a horny fuck, so you know I hear whatever. It's all good for you.
Okay, I guess I'm drunk enough to admit this, but Xander, how many times have I told you, man, I don't have like an emotional desire, but my biology just won't leave me alone?
Yeah, Oh, I totally get that. That's fine. That's cool.
Ace people represent in the
Hey,
chat.
man, and
Ace, press A for Ace if you're here.
Hey, me and Draggor are like best friends, and I'm a horny fuck, so hey, it can happen.
I'm reading a piece of teen fiction that has straight up had one of the characters go like they're walking through a mist, which happens to be made of Czech beer. They turned beer into golems. They're in Prague. So the Czech are turning beer. They made a hole in the shape of a person, poured beer into it, and made a beer golem. Where they're walking around, and they made a mist in the forest that makes anyone who walks through it drunk and starts admitting the truth. And our main character is like, I'm not really into men or women, and I'm like, yeah, we're getting ace representation in fiction. It's happening.
Here I'm like, we're gonna wrap it up really good, and they're like, oh, beer golem.
Guys,
Seriously, how would I describe it? Have you woken up for the 10th day in a row looking at your morning wood going, could you just not?
No.
You might be ace.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
A peculiar peril.
A Peculiar Peril. It's written by the same guy who wrote what's the fuck's it called? The movie not Absolution, not Abomination, Annihilation. He wrote that movie that came out, Annihilation.
Never saw it.
He's the guy who wrote. Say again, Xander?
I never saw it actually.
Annihilation. That movie's worth watching.
I heard it was good.
I'm like, this is okay. This is fine. It's not a groundbreaking movie, but it does make you like think about some shit in a way you're like, oh, this is like interesting sci-fi. It's like a new angle of sci-fi. Annihilation's plot is in like the fucking Everglades, in this like swamp, this like national park forest. There's just been a bubble of the shimmer. They just call it the shimmer, and it's just like been expanding. And the military is like, what the fuck? Like, everybody who walks into this bubble just, like, disappears. They don't come back. And they send these people in. And really, it's about abusive relationships. Like, that's what the book's actually about.
God damn it. Okay.
But it's this cool sci-fi shit. I love it, yo. I'm way into it. James Vanderbilt. He's a good-ass author. I like his writing so far. This book is 690 pages or so long.
That was a Natalie Portman movie, right?
Wait, what?
That was a Natalie Portman movie?
Natalie Portman, was she in that movie?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Oh shit, I believe it. I don't know famous people. If you just said a famous person and I saw a beautiful person in a movie, I'd be like, yeah, that was them.
She's important because of Star Wars. That's all.
Natalie, oh shit, was she Amidala?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was Queen Amidala?
Yeah.
She was also in the
good.
fucking Darren Aronofsky weird fucking ballet dancer movie.
Oh yeah, Black Swan.
Black Swan. Hell yeah.
Which is supposed to be the same movie as The Wrestler. That was supposed to be the same movie. The Black
Natalie
Swan and a
Portman?
Wrestler was supposed to be one movie. Did you know that?
Yeah. Tell me
Wait, are you
more. Tell me
serious?
more.
Are
I'm
you blowing
100%.
my mind right now?
I am blowing your mind because it's the same story, right?
Wait, okay. Go
Think
from the
about
beginning.
it.
Are you saying,
no,
the
but it was a
same
rivalry in
author?
Black Swan.
Look up Darren Aronofsky and Black Swan and The Wrestler. That was all supposed to be one movie.
Oh, also
So wait, you
V
mean
for
the
Vendetta?
same
Yes,
writer
if it
wrote
is.
one movie and they made it 2 movies?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because they're both kind of this weird. They were actually supposed to be
Is
in
there
a
a
relationship.
supercut that blends them yet?
Oh, there should be.
I can kind of see it. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah.
It makes sense because they got the weird fall from grace thing. Yeah.
I'm glad they were 2 different movies, but I could see those being the same movie.
No, right. They kind of have the same like arc. Yeah, you could do a supercut.
And now a 4-hour emotional train wreck.
Here we're
Yo,
talking about
fuck-
the election. We were talking about Darren Aronofsky. No one who knows who the fuck that is. I feel sorry
Darren
for
Aronofsky?
everyone.
I do.
Yeah.
Dude,
right.
I remember watching The Wrestler. The scene where he is like the deli dude at blank store, and then
Yes.
sees and he just fucking shoves his thumb into the knife. God, that shit resonates with me so hard because I was the deli worker at Walmart, and I'm like, and it just shows him like staring at the spinning like ham blade that you like shink, 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 and cut out your ham slices. He's just staring at it. He just goes, "Fuck it," and just wrecks it. And I'm like, I felt those. I have wanted to do that.
Some people would call that intrusive thoughts.
Woo! Draggor, I feel like me and you, we're on like the same aspy wavelength, if you know what I'm
I
saying.
have never been diagnosed, and each passing year is like, should I have been?
Oh, you're very moderate. You got to be at least moderate spectrum, like low to moderate.
I'm ADD, but whatever.
I was full diagnosed with burgers, and that shit.
Oh, full
But that
Aspie.
doesn't exist anymore, right? It's not real.
I learned how to blend in. I liked making adults laugh, and I learned how to blend in.
Oh, absolutely. I had no social skills until I decided to study and acquire them.
Dude, you were like on my wavelength right now. I would describe the entirety of like my first 20 years of, well, I don't get it, but if I do these things, it sucks less for me, so I guess.
See, yes, absolutely. Like I got to the point where I would, like, not intend. I wasn't like taking notes, but it feels like you watch your friends and you go, okay, here's the situation, here's the response, here's the reaction, and you start taking note of those to the point where you're like, okay, if I give this specific input, I will get this output.
This is why I'm a programmer, dude.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
comforting.
It absolutely fits with programmer language, with any artistic endeavor. You can go, okay, I will do these techniques and I will have this result.
Welcome to watching the debate where we evaluate how possibly on the spectrum I am.
Woo!
Well, no, not I, we.
I didn't want to speak for you or Xander.
Yo, I got a diagnosis. I
only have these eyeballs. This brain has only piloted this meat robot.
Hey, only people with money can get psychological diagnosis. This is a true fact. I know friends who can't get diagnosis and get the drugs they need. So that's a fact. That's a politics. There you
This
go.
comes into the Jordan Peterson discussion. I don't know if I want to bring
I
that
want to
up.
go there tonight. I'm
Do we wanna
out
go-
of
do we
alcohol.
wanna go we have enough
Wait,
to talk about.
Can we do it fast real quick or no? I'm curious.
Go for it.
Do
What
it.
are you talking? Oh, you mean me?
What's
So
the Jordan Peterson?
Jordan Peterson. He is essentially he writes advice books where he's like, clean your room. And
I'm 100% familiar with the man. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm saying this for the benefit of everybody else. Wait, Proud Boy's Twitter feed is going nuts from Trump telling them to stand by. I'm not surprised.
Of course.
So anyway,
He called it.
Yeah, this is dog
so
whistles.
Jordan Peterson. For anybody who doesn't know who Jordan Peterson is, Jordan Peterson wrote a book called like The Number of Steps for Life. I think it's 12 steps. I don't remember.
I saw
Steps
his big
for
first podcast on Joe Rogan, which launched his ass.
Definitely, yeah. He's
Only
one of the
it was
right
into the sun.
where if you read his book, it's an advice book that, well, the thing is, if you follow his advice, it's not like bad advice. It's like,
Right.
get your shit together.
It's a gateway drug, dude.
It's
I
definitely
follow
like-
self-help advice, and I know this motherfucker.
Yeah, it's not all in and of itself horrible or bad or wrong, but it's all like, get your house together. It teaches you to succeed under capitalism.
Yeah, he's
Which I
like,
think
don't
should
blame the
rise
system,
up.
bitch. That is the little underlying thing that he does.
Yeah, it's very bootstrappy. It's very everything is your fault. But, ignoring all that, it's not the worst message you could send to people. It's like,
No, yeah.
get your shit together. But also, Jordan Peterson says that that mental health is just not a thing. And if you have mental health issues, it's all your fault. And then after a while, Jordan Peterson, he ended up, he went to a far Eastern European country to go get put into a medical coma.
Russia.
He was having mental health issues, but also he was following an all meat, meaning only meat, like an Atkins style protein.
Because of his
diet.
daughter. His daughter made his
Which,
do that.
It looks like his daughter's trying to kill him because his daughter is very into these diets and all this. She's like, yeah, dude, put him in a coma.
He did go.
Fuck.
Has he made a public appearance since?
She keeps putting him in increasingly dangerous medical situations, but okay, I'm gonna ignore all that.
Hey, Pepper.
Jordan- What? Say again? Oh,
in
dude,
the
yeah,
camera.
look at that.
What are those?
They look like your
Oh, it's
I assume
legal.
they are not.
Yay. We're in Illinois. It's okay. Anyway. Yeah, Jordan
yeah.
Peterson's quite the guy.
Look up Jordan Peterson.
Why? No, I get
agree.
you.
I wanna. This would be a little grifty, but I can provide life coach training of how to survive in capitalism
Same.
as a socialist. Like, I can give those lessons. There's a
You
reason
should.
I'm not home.
You
And it's just
should.
because I'm very good at, like, it's not assimilating to capitalism. I just know how to behave in a way that people will hire me, pay me, continue to employ me. Those are survival techniques. They have nothing to do with my morals. They're more like, yo, bitch, you want to pay rent? This is what you got to do, and I can meet those requirements.
And that's a problem with a lot
Yep.
of those guys. A lot of those, and then he has, what do you call it? Fucking Jocko on and shit like that. Navy Marines who say, you gotta stop blaming the system. It's all on you. You gotta just fucking pull yourself up, do your fucking pull-ups and shit. It's like, dude, yeah, that's part of it.
It's the system.
We also have to acknowledge the fact that capitalist advice you would give only really works in general if you're a white dude.
True. Very true.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's who they're
That's
catering
the
to.
thing. The life coaching services I could provide would be most beneficial to non-white people. That's the thing. If you this is a weird way to bring up this topic. If you ever get a hold of some non-white friends and like
Oh, no.
through their life
I gotta
life
pee.
experience is very different.
You
But
guys
I'm like,
keep
yo,
going.
here's 4 or 5 things you could do that seem meaningless, but will make specifically rich white people more comfortable around you.
Yep.
And that doesn't mean you should have to make these changes, but they are changes that if you make them, you will make more money short term.
It's the input-output function of society. Like, if this is the goal you want, and you don't have a problem, or you can swallow pride or whatever else to do this, here you go.
Oompa doompa doo. There is a mold that must fit for you.
I'm sorry, Amaretto Kitten. I'm taking sociology right now, and heck.
Oh, getting minority friends has nothing to do with your success in capitalism. It's only for your minority friends to actually gain white friends. That is beneficial.
As far as capital is concerned, yes. As far as being an empathetic human being, please diversify your earthly experiences. What you got there, Pepper? I can't see.
I still got motherfucking Tito's vodka and Halo Infinite 2XP cans of Monster. I love Monster.
Okay,
Unironically.
I was asking you this loaded question before. The tentatively named required reading. You want to talk about it or nah? And nah is a fine
reading.
answer.
You guys want to hear about our podcast idea? I've been listening to a podcast by, I want to say my friend. I've never met this person. But there's a guy on the internet called Peter Coffin. And I like he's leftist as fuck. I like his views. I also like the podcast he's involved in. The podcast he's involved in is very much an equal, like he's not the star of it even, but he's definitely the most visible internet bruh.
Are we talking about
Peter Coffin?
I have mixed feelings on Peter Coffin. He says some shit. Like he's just another dude. Yeah, I have mixed feelings.
You have mixed views on Peter Coffin. I have mixed views on Vouch.
Yeah, that's fine.
Together,
I think I think we're both in the same boat because like you have mixed feelings, I have mixed feelings, but we're still in the same boat, right? Like we still like them. We're still in their team, right? And Vosh and Peter Coffin are two guys who are trying to make money off their names, so they're gonna say shit, and we have to realize that they're going to fucking stir shit, and I hate leftist face, like fighting leftists, but it's gonna happen. You know.
Peter and him got a podcast called Low Society, which
I'm sure it's great. I've seen a lot of Peter Coffin videos. I like them.
It's a good time podcast, but I would very much like to make. I have a shit ton of very political opinions. Mm-hmm. So does Draggor. So does Xander. So does Actually, Alkali he has opinions, I'm sure. He just does not seem nearly as interested in, like, chucking them out.
He wants to be on the podcast, actually, so that'll be interesting.
Dude, I'm excited. I would love to hear his takes on things. Because I very much believe that he is, like, he is pro-good in that if I propose some very lefty whatever, blah, blah, but it helped people, he'd probably be down for it. So I trust Alkali to be, like, in favor of good. But I trust most people to be in favor of good if it gets adequately, like, explained to them. Kind of like how, when I hate to keep bringing him up because I don't want to try to make him like the pariah.
Let me just say this: Alkali hates capitalism.
All right, people agree with him. When Bernie went on Fox, he made his points, and people went, they liked his points. Like, yeah, dude, that's pretty good.
JP or someone else?
Oh, Sanders. Literally Sanders, like 3 years ago. Went on Fox. He's on Fox. Had a town hall. He explained some shit. And like, wouldn't you like to have blah, blah, blah? And they were like, yes, we would. And this is in Fox. This is them having the most control over their environment. And if you just get some motherfucker to explain shit in a way people can understand, they get behind it. Same way that they got behind him when he was on Joe Rogan. He went on Joe Rogan. He made some points that were very lefty, and even Joe Rogan is like, "That's a pretty good idea." Like, I'd vote for that.
But Joe Rogan will do that with a much lower barrier of explanation.
Yes.
Here's a problem.
Yes, he will.
Here's a problem we always come to. It's the details,
but you can push him either way. He can be pushed by the good, or he can be pushed by the bad. And I think people are very unwilling to recognize how much of a voter base Joe Rogan represents.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
They want to pretend you remove the bad people and they just disappear forever. It's like, no, you've shut down the quote bad people. They're still there. They're still voting. They still live there. They still have a house. They still have opinions and shit to say. It's not about removing the bad people. It's about convincing through honest means regular people to vote for their own interest. It's very easy if you just sit people down and fucking talk to them. And I believe that. So what I want to do, what we want to do, is we have a podcast. It's going to be called Required Reading, where we're going to pick some topical topics, look into them a little bit, and fucking talk about them for an hour. Specifically in the way that they affect the furry fandom. That'd be even better. What I am most interested in is how this shit affects people on the ground who live here in America.
One of our tentative topics, we make no promises of which order it happens. The main one I want to talk about is, we kind of talked about it earlier in the debate. People talk about dismantle police or defund the police. And a lot of folks' gut reactions is, what the fuck do you mean? They're confused. They don't understand what would fill that void.
Yeah, you got to frame the conversation to even start it.
True.
Yes.
Sorry,
so, anyone who's not already on board with that.
Yeah,
and plus, I want to learn more about what, if the default is call 911 and you're not changing the number, but you're changing who's the first responder, I want to explore that.
True. Absolutely.
Because I still think calling 911 is a thing that should be available. I just don't think boys in blue with guns should be the ones that show up most of the time.
You talk about what the purpose of law enforcement is. What are the goals? What are the material conditions that the police are supposed to create?
Because a lot of the small towns, the cops take care of a bunch of shit that they shouldn't be taking care of.
Everybody here agrees that the police, if there's a murder, the police should be involved to go solve it. But then you look at the current police and, hey, how are they doing at solving murders? And then you look at the stats and go, oh, it's basically 0% of murders.
There's a fucking TV show. I learned about it through Tom Segura, the first 48.
First 48? First 48 hours, baby.
Oh my god, that fucking show. Yeah, that was such a good.
I mean, yeah, I believe it's true. If you don't, that could be something. I'm not saying every cop involved in the cops is bad necessarily, but the system they work within, if you look at how it operates, it is only operating towards goals most Americans do not want. Like, we want the cops to prevent crime and solve crime when it happens. They currently do neither. So we should look at that as a reason. Like, people go, we can't just get rid of the cops, and they cross their arms, and that's the end of their thought.
I literally saw a story where it was all about how a condo association want to come into a certain area. Sort of like, hey, you got the cops got from on high to, hey, you got to start arresting people around this area. Because of a condo association would come in and started cleaning shit out. That's fucking crazy. That is the reality we live in.
Private entities hire the cops. Mm-hmm. If you are rich enough, you will not have issues in your area. If you look at the richest areas of the country, the cops barely go to them. Maybe that fucking means something. Like, what? The cops don't just all hang out in the richest area of Chicago. Like, holy shit. Could you imagine if, 90% of the cops were all just holed up in, downtown, rich area of Chicago? Oh, that'd be crazy.
And I hate to bring this all together. Oh, for-profit prisons. I wish they would bring this shit up. Because...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, right? Because...
When it says made in USA, it might as well say made with prison labor. It means the same thing.
It does.
Because... This is why they talk about manufacturing jobs, because the manufacturing plant is owned by a private citizen.
By a prison.
Yeah. Hey, remember that shit they were doing in...
The labor is provided by the prison.
Hey, guys, remember the Shawshank Redemption where, the whole thing was they were doing this prison labor, but, they were taking kickbacks? That's just legal now. They just do that legally now. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. If someone gets outed as having done that, they don't shoot themselves in their office. They run for office.
They become the governor.
Yeah.
I'm sad now. I need more alcohol.
It's true, though. It's 100%. They'd be like, and you're afraid? Yeah, 100%. What are you complaining about?
Firefighters, but once they're released, they're denied the job.
Oh, absolutely. At least California's trying to give a single shit. The way I would frame things are not like Republican, Democrat. They're instead capitalist, anti-capitalist. And currently we do not have an anti-capitalist party.
No,
That's
not at all.
really
Absolutely not.
not at all.
No, if you're not sucking on that money teat, you don't even get a seat at the table.
The whole system is constructed to disadvantage people who do not have a shit fuck ton of money. Which, yeah, like Rook is saying down there, has definitely a hand in the prisoners being used as firefighters who do not... Like, that's it. Like, you show up, you go to California, you get some time out of prison because you're going to put your life on the line to fight a fire, and then even if you successfully fight it, you got paid $1 a day, and your ass is right back in prison for whatever bullshit weed charge you're in prison for in the first place.
Yeah.
Ethically, it is fucked. And neither party wants to really tackle it because it benefits California. They get all this unpaid labor, basically unpaid labor. $1 a day is unpaid labor. And we all get to go just like, yeah, whatever, it got taken care of. Woo, back to my life. Like,
quack, 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 who are not allowed to be firefighters when they get out of prison. What's your experience? I fought fires. Oh, well.
Yeah, what's your firefighter experience? Well, I fought several fires.
But you were arrested for lighting a joint, and that's pro-fire. Fuck you.
You sold a dime bag because you had to buy groceries that day.
That's what it comes to.
I have to pee as well, and I don't want to rant all night.
No.
What are y'all closing statements?
Oh, we gonna closing statement right now because that's a good time to do it because we're at 10:23.
Correct.
Yeah. You want to go?
I'll talk all day, but I love you people. I very much enjoyed. Thank you, Twitch people who hang out with us, including QQH and Weather Fox and Rook Whitefang and Ishern and whoever
Benny
the hell.
Stellario and Ben Fire.
Yeah, Iggy and.
Hey guys, this is my last statement. I hope you enjoyed our little whatever this was. I hope you're get involved in politics and pay attention to what's going on. We are obviously on the left side of the fence for what that represents. And I hope you go vote. I hope you vote Joe. That's me personally, because fascism is real and it's fucking they're signaling the Proud Boys for fuck's sake. God damn it. It's a scary time and I understand being scared. I hope y'all are cool, and we're gonna do more of these, obviously. Draggor, you go next.
Sure. This is the awkward shilling part of it that I'm uncomfortable with, but
that's fine.
Works.
I need to do that for you. I need to be like, Draggor, what do you have to promote?
Yeah. The schedule is a Google Calendar. You can check out all of the debates, including the one vice presidential debate is on there. I'm posting about all this stuff at draggor.me. That actually is a website. And that's there. So we're going to be doing, there's 2 more presidential debates. I think the next thing is the vice presidential debate in early October.
Disappointingly boring.
Yeah. Biden.
I am looking forward to Kamala Harris lighten up Pence, because there's a couple of things where it'll at least make it more tolerable to watch to me than maybe this was.
Yeah. Here you have a couple untethered old men. Here you have a couple like practice. I'm not going to say Joe's not a practiced politician, but just like there's that chaos factor.
Yeah, I mean we've seen how well Kamala Harris can perform in debates. It's very whether or not we like the anecdotal stories or not, they are delivered with a good stage presence. So
yeah, she knows how the fuck to speak.
Yep. She does. Yeah.
I did that shittily today. He seemed very prepped, and I was actually proud of that.
Yes, I was I was relieved. Not necessarily proud. I was relieved.
Yeah.
So go to my fucking website because fuck everything. I'm reduced to saying that. Pepper, you're up.
Who isn't? There you go. Pepper Coyote.
Hey,
on
everybody.
Twitch and YouTube and everything.
I think Joe Biden's a piece of shit who will not accomplish the leftist goals that we have established.
That's fair.
But if you live in a swing state, holy fuck, please vote for Biden, because that would help. Also, way more important than this specific asshole, vote for your progressive Democratic candidates down the ballot, and even your non-progressive Democratic candidates, because, oh my God, the gerrymandering that has allowed Republicans to be a minority party that majority governs is comical. Like, those fuckers have, when you really look at it, maybe 20% of the actual American public. Vote for them. But through horse shit, they've been able to run the country for fucking 15 out of the last for 12 out of the last 15 years. They don't even have to get the most votes. That seems kind of fucked up. And in the meantime, vote for Biden and then continue to criticize the shit out of how unleft he is.
Yeah.
Just cyber bully Joe Biden into taking the position that you want.
Make him just rue our existence absolutely 100% of the time until they give us our fucking rights, which is they can give us our goddamn. We don't have to be
Xander.
dying to survive. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Hello, Biden, you stinky Biden. Go cash a lobbyist check, ugly.
And the worst part is if Trump gets elected, he is actually like telling people to take people out. Is like, I don't know if you guys have heard, like in the Portland, he said like take care of it, and he wants to, like, there has been lots of reports about like taking care of the person who was charged for whatever in Portland, and then he got killed, and there is no trial because of course he's dead now. So we're gonna see more extrajudicial shit, unfortunately, with Trump. So extrajudicial, that's the word.
Extrajudicial is a filling you don't need.
Yeah, there you go. I have too many vowels for me right now.
Extrajudicial, your filling is diamonds, motherfucker.
That's just extra dental.
That's like, yeah. I want some diamond teeth. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Wait.
Good night.
Pepper, did you do your thing?
Yeah, I already did.
All right. I'm too drunk.
Oh, go to Spotify and Google Pepper Coyote. Well, don't go to Spotify and Google it, because that doesn't make sense. Go to Spotify, type in Pepper Coyote, and play my shit for the next several hours, and you'll give me a couple of dollars.
There you go.
Yay!
Go to Drag It Show on YouTube. Go to Dragger Zippy Tanks on Twitch on Sundays, and Pepper Coyote everywhere else for the musics and everything else, as you will, and the politicals. And we will do this again. Absolutely. At least the next presidential debate, right? Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you guys coming out and giving a shit. I honestly do. And everyone, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.